There we go. We're live. We're live. We're live, ladies and gents, one and all, to another exciting edition of the PokePod World Podcast. And ladies and gents, we have a fun one for tonight. I hope, because we're gonna be talking quite a lot. I'd like to believe on the latest information that we got for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus, the anime episode 1, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the anime episode 2, and that not Legends Arceus episode that's called Journeys, I think. And then, of course, the preview that's also not related to Legends Arceus in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, I feel is going to overshadow, or be overshadowed, I think, by Pokemon Legends Arceus. Kind of crazy, don't you think? So, yeah, we are going... We are going to be.
It's a lot of hoopla.
Just a big ass hoopla of just Legends and Arceus stuff.
Get it, like plot PLA hoopla.
Oh.
I'll be here all night.
But but yeah, first of all, welcome everybody. Hope you all are having a fantastic evening, afternoon, morning. I don't know where you all live, but the point of the matter is I hope you've had a good one or are about to have one. Once again, my name is KG Prestige. I am here with my buddies for the night. Of course, we got our buddy Pika.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
And after that, we got our buddy Polly as well.
Hello.
Indeed. So, in case people are unaware of what's happening right now, Pokemon Legends Arceus is expected to drop in a couple of days from now. In fact, it's become such a big deal that now, I think we talked about this last week, but just to address it again in case people don't know, Legends Arceus, it has been unfortunately data mined and also uploaded to the internet. So people who have emulations like the ones for Switch can actually play the game already early on without needing to, get the game at launch. So because of this, you're seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of Legends Arceus stuff on the web. So I do recommend people to, of course, if they want to avoid getting caught by the spoilers or anything of that sort, to just keep your ass away from social media as a whole, and best of luck to it. Also, the Pokemon TCG, you are absolutely correct on that, Kuro. Apparently, TCG box art images have been leaking on the web as well, so that also showcases some spoiler mons in it too, sadly. And therefore, not much can be done other than just hope for the best that everybody who wants to play this game comes out okie dokie and have a fun time with it. But like we addressed before, we're not going to talk about any of the spoilers. We're not going to talk about any of that. We'll only talk about the information that the company themselves have officially released. Like the recently released overview trailer that they dropped not too long ago, which is literally, I think, the Japanese version of what we got a few weeks back. So we already talked about it then. There's nothing really different other than the English names of said locations, mons, and all that. I also like how this pod is number 128 and Pokemon Legends Arceus will release on one time.
Oh my gosh.
That
all comes together. Plan this, guys.
It was all planned, bro. Everything was planned in motion for tonight, ladies and gents. I specifically made sure to prepare for such an occasion. I talked with the folks at TPCI to make this a reality. We got that date officially on fold right there. There you go. I just didn't expect Kura to be the one to reveal it.
Oh my god. And if we have one more viewer, it will be 28 viewers. So then that also... one more person.
Wait, what? I only see 13 here.
27.
Okay. So I think my apparently to my stream manager, that shit is outdated because that thing's only at 13 right now. So let me go and tweet out that we are live, by the way. We are live for another session of the PokePod. So, yeah.
Now we're at 30.
Also, hi there, buddy. I see Nessa joining in.
Hi, I didn't say anything.
Hello, Nessa.
Hey.
No, I understand.
Night. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Wait. Can I ask the chat about the music thing?
Viewers.
Come again, though, Polly?
The music thing, the genre.
Oh yeah. If you want to right now, as I set things up for in the meantime, go right ahead,
Hey,
buddy.
Galler.
Okay. I'm not
Okay.
wearing my glasses, so I can't see anybody's blurry responses, but if
I'll read them to you. It's okay.
if the PokePod had a theme song, like Kevin suggested a couple weeks ago, what kind of music genre do you think it should have?
We'll give our
Well,
responses after chat shares their response as well.
okay.
And to just give people the opportunity to spend some time to this, I also want to take this chance real quick to talk about something that we are going to be doing in just a couple of days, specifically here on Twitch. So, in case some of you do not follow us on, say, for example, Twitter.com, allow me to inform y'all that we are actually going to be doing a Pokemon Legends Arceus giveaway here on this channel. So, exactly how does this work? Well, it is simple. Just if you go to the tweet where I talked about this, you'll know to simply follow us on Twitter. Like and retweet said tweet that ties to this image that you'll see there on the Twitter site. Follow us here on twitch.tv. And most importantly, be here during the Pokemon Legends Arceus stream this upcoming Friday when we're going to be playing it live to announce the winner of said giveaway. So make sure to go check out the tweet below in the twitter.coms on my page and you will get all the info necessary there. If you don't have a Twitter, just simply follow here and hope to see your faces here during the stream of Legends Arceus. Now, with that being said, let us get back to the shenanigans of...
It's porn, don't look at it.
Don't worry, I'm not looking at it.
Don't
Hi,
fucking look
Tyrone.
at it.
How
Hey,
you
what's
doing,
up?
buddy?
When you were showing the cover and I said it's porn, I didn't even see the pod yet. I just the way I do this, and here's some behind the curtain shit. When I get in here, I open the Discord first, then I open KG stream. So when he was like the image right here, I just said it's porn, don't look at it. And then I saw that it was the Legend of Arceus cover, and I really wanted like 3 X's to be at the bottom of the goddamn.
All I see is a Voltorb, or is that an Electrode? I don't
Electrode.
remember the difference.
Kendama, but it's like the ball is like an electrode. I'm like, oh, that's
That's the Voltorb.
What is it?
Yeah, the Electrode is the eyes on the white circle.
The Electrode.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
also,
he's
first of all,
upside down.
before we continue, hey, Tyrone, how you doing, buddy?
And I was about to tweet this, but I remember I've been 3 days without Twitter.
Yeah.
Because you fuckers keep fucking showing
You know what's worse than Twitter? It keep getting fucking in YouTube. YouTube's been the worst offender.
Oh, bro,
seen any-
YouTube
I
has
haven't
been
seen
like, because you like Pokemon Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl, or whatever the hell the game is called, it has shown me Legends Arceus OSTs, Legend
I haven't
Arceus
seen any
cutscenes.
Legend
I haven't-
Arceus Pokemon.
I have not seen anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
It's because I'm too far deep into the anime, like not the games.
It's probably because I'm too busy watching like bullshit ass videos and YouTube poops.
And I'm pretty sure for the others, a lot of car crash recommendations.
It's probably because I'm too busy looking at this article video where this woman fucking tried to dig. Here, sorry, we're about to get explicit. This woman tried to dig a fucking condom out of the trash can because she had had sex with Drake. So as a safety precaution, Drake put hot sauce in the condom before he threw it away.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
He did it because
Apparently, I have like the most YouTube's been recommend me lately the Illuminati.
You mean Marvel's the Illuminati or like the Illuminati?
and now I'm seeing thumbnails of Drake's condoms called Sizzling Semen. Sizzling Semen. And it's like the fire, but it's in the shape of the sperms.
Oh no!
Holy damn, bro.
Oh my god. Go ahead, Ness. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I was just like, it's actually she's a YouTuber though, so she kind of like does like I guess corporate stuff, and people kind of tend to their little shady business and all that. And so it's actually an interesting series. I was kind of watching it, like I think I watched several episodes like, last couple of days, so that's why it's been recommended me like right now, like all the time. It's like watch this new video just came out. Like this one of their titles I'm reading right now is Doll's skill is killing their brand, corporate casket. And then I got another one here about I think the one I recently watched was about Tyra Banks, and then another thing they were talking about is Victoria's Secret. So it was like it was quite interesting though with the history and then some of the dirty history that how they kind of get away with some stuff legally, I guess, if you call it. But yeah, it was like it was for me. It was interesting. I don't know, but but I'm kind of like at this point. I'm like I'm not too surprised. I feel like almost everyone does something shady these days.
Oh.
Okay, so to answer Mornock's question, Mornock said, I have a question for everyone. Why have social media if you want to avoid leaks and ruins and surprise? Because our lives run on more than fucking Pokemon.
Oh, Mornock.
Does
Jesus.
it though?
Yes.
Instagram's not safe either, okay? It's not safe, alright? I've had to try to avoid everything. It's terrible. I mean, it's just Instagram, but I've had to avoid things. It's so hard.
I've been lucky with Instagram. I think because I don't have much searches on there. So like,
There's a thing called the algorithm, or as KG and I quote the fucking Space Jam movie, Algae Rhythm.
We can't let this movie leave us, bro.
That's like the only thing the movie has done that's right, is that name.
Yeah, algae rhythm.
Algae Rhythm. That fucking goes off of a bunch of stuff that we like so that it can appeal to us. It's a marketing tactic in order to keep people in, like, to watch YouTube and stay on Twitter and like waste a lot of time. Because I don't know if you guys notice, but when you go on Twitter and like scroll for a bit, look at the time, then scroll, then look at the time again. A lot of time has passed. Trust me.
You know what's scary sometimes too? Like if you do like a certain internet search, like you're trying to buy something, and then the next thing on like you're not even trying, and you see like in their ads like, oh, I saw you're trying to find this or something, and they start recommending it to you all of a sudden. I was like, yeah. Sometimes I'd be looking into some type of shoes I want to buy, and then the next thing I know, I'm not even trying. It was like, hey, I saw you were looking for these shoes, so now I'm gonna recommend you these other shoes that you can have.
And Polyair 777, I want to point out something. I know you stated I don't mind spoilers. I love the game. The thing is, though, is I want to, like, sometimes I don't mind spoilers either, but I want to at least have the ability to play the damn game first before you spoil the shit out of me on it. I want to touch it. I want to know in my own hands what the fuck it is before y'all start throwing in these Pokemon that I never seen or all this stuff that I like. I want to get the chance to at least see it and go, huh, that's different. Mm-hmm. Like I want the chance to play the game at least first, not beat the whole game. Didn't you do this
with Sword and Shield actually?
Yeah, with Sword and Shield. Well, that's because Sword and Shield actually did a really good job not giving us too much.
Yeah, hell, Legends Arceus is doing the same thing too.
Yeah, like this all, like I want to say this really started to peak in Sun and Moon, where Sun and Moon decided they were going to release everything. They just gave us all of it. So by the time I played the game, I'm like, I've seen all this already. I know all this. I know every last thing, every last Pokemon, every last trial. Y'all even spoiled the goddamn... The worst of it was Oros when they spoiled goddamn Delta episode before the game came. Yeah. It was one fucking day. That was like the one thing that was like, oh, this is different. This isn't Ruby and Sapphire. This is Emerald. It's different. Nope. Day before the goddamn game comes out, Delta Emerald. Damn, I can't even enjoy that. Damn. That would have been a nice little... Like, surprises are nice. I'm not saying they're a necessity, but they're nice. It's nice to discover in a game and go, what's that?
I agree, 100%. It's nice. I think it's as well because we have such easy access to literally everything that it's just nice to be surprised for once. For literally anything.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to all the old-ass people. Remember in Gold, Silver, and Crystal when we got... hinted at a couple of Johto Pokemon, but by the time Gold, Silver, and Crystal came out, they didn't give us the whole roster. You ever sit there as a kid playing your Game Boy? It's probably way past your fucking bedtime, but you got a little lamp under the goddamn blanket of your bed, and you're playing the game, and you see a Pokemon you never fucking seen before. You go, what the fuck is that? It's that. You didn't say fuck though, because you were a kid. But shit, nowadays kids don't give a fuck. But my fucking point being. Oh, KG, you're gonna have to censor the shit out of this, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, my point being though is that you looked at it and went, "Wow, that's different." It's like I said, I have no problem with little trailers that give you a taste. But that's like giving you a taste, and then you go to this restaurant and like, oh, this nice restaurant. I tasted a couple of samples, and I came here because I liked the samples. And then someone goes, it's fucking gross. Like they just come up to you. I wanted to figure that out. I wanted to know if it was gross or not. Now I have no enthusiasm to eat it.
Even if I knew it was gross, I still didn't want to eat it anyway.
Look at the Le Cordon. I look at the Le Cordon steak with teriyaki sauce, and I'm like, somebody told me it was fucking gross. I don't
You know what's the worst part, though, Tyrone?
What?
You spent money on it.
And I spent money on it. I already spent it. She's gonna be pissed because I didn't split the bill. And God, fucking damn it. She brought her dumbass kids here.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's it. Taken to the extreme. That's how I feel.
I
to the immediate extreme. That's how I feel when someone spoils Legend Arceus before it comes out.
Oh, well, yeah. With that being said, once again, though, chat, be safe, be prepared for the chaos that's going to unfold with this. And, yeah, Legends Arceus is just a few days away, so make sure.
I want to comment, too. Like, at least with the thumbnails on YouTube, because I know you guys said beware of those. At least with the thumbnail, with Twitter, part of me is like, yeah, this is real. They took the time out to, like, plaster it. With the thumbnails, I can at least, like, pretend and be in ignorant bliss and be like, that's probably a fake video, and then just keep scrolling. Like, I don't have to deal with the reality that I'm probably looking at an actual spoiler. I can look at it and go, that's probably fake. and then just keep really scrolling fast and to not take the chance.
Yeah.
With Twitter, someone's like, look at this fucking Typhlosion evolution. I'm like, I wanted to see it.
You know what's the worst part about that whole thing? The issue was that everybody now knows it only because that Pokemon was trending.
Yep.
That's the issue. That was the Twitter big thing. Everybody knew about it now only because it was trending on Twitter. And the worst part, at least for me anyway, there was like an excerpt that did some description about it. And I'm like, bro, was that necessary? So I was like, holy shit. So yeah, Twitter folks and Twitter peeps out there, once again, in that part, I do believe, though, I genuinely believe, though, that we're probably going to see this whole thing officially revealed about a day before this game releases. Because they want to re-hype the game back up again for some
Do you think we'll get DLC, or is this like a one-off thing?
This is a one-off thing. I think it's going to get patched and updated and stuff. Or maybe they might add additional content.
I want DLC if this takes off. If this is a good idea, I want them to be like, we added an extra fucking volcano in the mix. I don't know what the map is.
You know what they could totally do? They could totally do they could totally do event stories, though.
Yeah,
like just simply having the characters return for a role or something,
or like some new clan. The Giratina clan is coming to take over fucking Hisuian. We gotta pack the troops.
You're
in a war.
It is going to have this like Monster Hunter vibe. That's what they're calling it. So if they really want to continue on that approach of the Monster Hunter mechanics, then they got to keep the game alive in some way, shape, and form. And I think this would be the great way. So if they do anything, oh my god, if they do that and then they expand the decks because they included like a new island that's just to the west of Sinnoh or something like that includes more additional mods, I think that would be wonderful. Will they do it? I don't know. I want to believe that they should, but I think that they're mainly using this as an opportunity to see what folks want from this title, so that they can implement it into the next generation.
It's an experiment. Yeah, it's an experiment to see.
And I applaud them for this because I think Generation 8 has been really experimental with a lot of the decisions that they've been making lately. I mean, Sword and Shield in itself being the first main title on a console for Nintendo and incorporating a lot of these new mechanics into it, I thought was a very experimental route with all the DLC too.
I'll argue the most experimental they've been, I think, was Gen 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also because of what the limitations they set out
Yeah.
to put into.
But then the
that game.
community decided to smack him in the face with a foot. So
Yeah,
you
and
know.
basically they did the Super Mario Galaxy 2 to the Pokemon Black and White games with Black and White 2. Let's keep it
I
like
think
that.
what they've done now is that they've decided to get experimental, but they flashed a warning sign first. It was like, all right, we're trying something new. I don't like new. Wait. It's got Sinnoh shit in it. Y'all like Sinnoh, right? Y'all like Sinnoh? Please.
Y'all like Sinnoh?
Hey, remember Diamond and Pearl? Fucking. Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, look, hold on. Don't kill us. We got Sinnoh Pokemon.
Look, it's a Mareep.
Yeah, look. They don't know their own Pokemon.
Quill.
I love the idea that the team at Game Freak doesn't know the generations at all. Shout out to the Gen 7 Pokemon, Alomomolamole. Wait.
Don't do this to me when I'm drinking.
Hold up, stop. You know Rowlet, good old Gen 1.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I just sell them. I don't play them.
Don't play him.
We make them. You guys decide where this shit belongs. Oh my God.
Will you have following Pokemon return like they did in Heart Gold? So I don't play that shit.
Oh my lord.
I play Fire Emblem. Pikachu is my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. All right, everybody in the chat to have a nice laugh so we can read them. Just put a Pokemon with the wrong generation.
I Gastrodon Gen 3.
Whoops.
But no trick ones. Don't put Munchlax in Gen 3.
Or Kekiland in Gen 2.
Oh my god. Axie was my favorite Gen 9
Favorite
Pokemon.
Gen 9.
It's not even out yet. Sylveon's my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon.
Ask your ninja for
The ninja from DP.
Let's go! Gekko got no need to worry!
Daijo.
Daijo love the Legend of Zygarde. Oh my god.
Sonic and Gen 7. Every time he comes out in the adventure pose. This Sijuan from Gen 2. What the fuck? Actually, hold on. There actually feels like some brevity to that one. Because he's an archer and Gen 2's all about fucking ancient Japan shit.
Yeah, like he was probably planned or some shit. Oh man.
That's true, actually.
Tales from Gen 2.
Or a cat from Gen 2. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
man. Goku is the best Gen 5 Pokemon.
I agree.
Oh man.
I heard your Pikachu was strong. I want to fight it.
Oh man. Whew, you guys are absolutely
I'm
insane.
sorry
in the
I've knocked us off track.
Ben 10, the best Gen 10.
Generation 10.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nah, but yeah, so overall, once again, ladies and gents, we want to remind you all to be safe from spoilers. Don't be, going for the leaks and all that. And I hope that your experience in Legends Arceus turns out to be a damn good one.
If you do like leaks, that's great. Don't ruin other people's experience, though.
Yeah.
That's all.
Keep that to
Remember
yourself.
Just assume that everybody wants to be surprised.
Delete your Twitters.
Actually, on my Twitter, people have been really nice though, because I have not been spoiled yet from my Twitter.
I'm not rolling that dice.
I know you're.
I rolled that dice and I failed.
Welcome to my world, Tyrone. No Twitter.
I don't have any people. Plus, I don't save the hashtags or something like that as my favorite, so it doesn't come up.
Yeah, so chat, make sure, delete your Twitters, delete your YouTube.
Yep.
Actually, no, never mind that. Give me your phone. Let's be real here.
Hey, what? I woke up
right
for
now.
that. I just woke up to Kevin saying, "Give me your phone."
You were sleeping during the middle of all this?
I mean, I'm just resting my eyes,
Holy, what
taking in
the fuck?
the
Did you just sleep on
conversation.
stream?
No.
She's
Oh, so you
more
can play more
gacha.
gacha, KG? I mean, it's not Legends Arceus, so theoretically I could have, spoiled myself by not spoiling the other stuff. So yeah, totally works. But KG, that also means you have to take their custom PCs that you sponsor are teaching them because they need their PCs to check social media. That's correct. Now you guys can also save up to $200 by using the code KG Prestige in cart or at checkout, so that way you can get your own custom made PC sent to me, because I ain't trusting you fools until this Friday on the 28th. So there you go. And also thank you, Evo, for that nice
You'll
transition.
get this back on Friday when you're good.
When you fix this damn door.
Fix this damn door.
Only the best for Butch and Cassidy.
You'll get your leaks when you fix this damn door. Wait a minute.
KG, you'll do anything for your horse girls. No, that's Tyrone. I'm the dragon one.
I thought we left the past in 2021. Why are we bringing up old shit? Huh?
That shit was a decade ago, bro. And we still bring it up today.
We gotta leave last year's energy in last year.
I know. Now we actually do have new ways to work around that. I mean, we have the horny of the week that we could totally do.
Oh, my favorite segment. My favorite segment.
Didn't we make a list for that?
What, the horny of the week?
No, who's
this
the
doesn't
most the
devolve.
least wholesome?
Yeah, we did. We did a long time ago. I sure hope we don't get a horny count where it's like that little ding. Hold up. Did it like that?
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Oh,
You gotta
God.
fit Emmy in somewhere.
Oh no, Emmy is corrupt. She's slowly walking down the road.
We're sorry in advance.
Oh, that's okay. I can just hide at some point. It's okay.
No, you joined the pod. You here for the ride now. Please keep all hands inside of the vehicle at all times. But I'm just on your man.
What?
I get a detour.
Oh, shit.
All hands, feet, and other sexy objects in the car.
Oh my god.
Does Enemy have any controversy like Tyrone with the horses yet? Not really. Not really. Yet.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Emmy, Polly, and Nessa are gonna have a girl talk, and it's all gonna be revealed.
God.
We'll just be right here in the back, just eating our popcorn and just watching the chaos unfold.
You see how they talk about men like we some meat or something? What the fuck? I am more than just meat. I'm meat, rice, and cheese.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah,
I'm a whole snack.
I'm the whole enchilada.
I'm an entree.
That's the appetizer.
Oh my
Put all
god.
the beef in there.
The appetizers.
On the SS diarrhea.
Like the Kardashians, but only with the PokePod girls.
Oh god, no.
Is it bad I want to pet the pink wolf? The pink wolf would love that, yes. We need a petting option, though. Totally. You know, I should implement the petting option that people can head pat Ruby at some point. I think that would be nice. Although I don't know when I'll be able to implement that, but that would be a nice thing to do.
I vote that we have Rabbit Ruby, but
I will call it Rabby.
yeah, that's when KG gets angry and like there's like foam on his. Man.
That's Rabby.
Foaming at the mouth.
Rabies. It's the rabies that give it that extra kick.
Well, I mean, Ruby has actually transformed into many animals before in the past. He transformed into a yokai. He transformed into a peacock. Somebody even turned him into a pigeon at some point as well. Yeah, Ruby has went through weird, like, you know, the Yoshi's Islands, whenever he transforms into those inanimate objects. Yeah, for some reason, Ruby has gone through that a lot throughout the years.
Does Ruby bite? Do you want to roll that dice?
Yeah, he even went to Taco Bell at one point. Yeah, Joker. I wonder who helped make that reality come through. Kitsune energy. Ah, bro, I
Yep.
love Kitsune so much.
Kitsunes, I think some kitsunes have the ability to shapeshift.
Yeah, I think that's something that Ruby hasn't perfected yet, though.
Yeah.
Maybe one day Ruby will be able to do that.
Coral Blitz will give us the 1-page history lesson on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're still missing a wiki for it. Damn it.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because the kitsune since ancient Edo Japan has we
Wait,
Oh,
that did not. That sounded Russian.
you
Not
sound
Russian,
Russian,
Jack.
Polly.
I thought that sounded like what Bernie said for like a second.
Medicare is
Medicare is the 1%. You're the 1%. I'm only using
free colleges. No,
Donald
that's
Trump.
Jewish.
I'm only using 1% of my power.
It's like a slowed down version of the Ultra Instinct thing.
Over 9,000.
It's over 9%.
I once again ask you
What did this turn
to.
into? I asked one question and it turned into this.
Sorry, we have fun here at the PokePod.
What was your question? I don't even remember.
If the
I didn't remember
Pokemon had
either.
a theme song, what?
Oh yeah, we did get some responses for that.
We did.
Yeah, we just overwent through it all. But hey, Chad, if you want to answer your, or if you want to provide your answers again, so Polly can see them, or actually, no, she's not wearing
Oh,
anything to see
I
them.
will.
We'll answer
put my
for her.
glasses
There you go.
on.
Polly,
I'll
just
put
say
my-
the question. Say the question again too.
If the PokePod had a theme song, what genre of music should we
Ooh,
go?
Emmy, KG, we did something similar to this, but with TV channels.
Oh yeah, with TV channels. What channel would the Pokemon be on?
Oh gosh.
Somebody says kazoo. No,
Yes.
no, Yoshi's New
No,
Island
that's
haunts me
it.
even now.
Who are you?
Ooh,
'Cause
Oh, lo-fi jazz.
Ooh, I would love.
I
a
like
Poke-
that.
I would love a PokePod that's lo-fi. Like we need to do a whole session that's just lo-fi and chill. That'd be great.
Be so nice.
Yeah, that'd be some smooth shit. While I
Rap
talk
by
about
Drake.
fucking sex jokes and shit.
Drake.
Oh man, something chaotic. Yeah, see, like some
Freeform
people
jazz.
see the chaotic punk rock. Personally, when I told Polly and the others about like my style of choice, I always enjoyed like an energetic style of song that captures the wackiness that the Pokepod group captures with like you can tell right now with the past 15 minutes we were in.
Not
chaos.
music by Ed Goldfarb.
Oh dear God, no, please. Except unless it was done by the way they handled it in Evolutions, because that shit was actually pretty good there.
Da-da-da-da-da.
No, but not that Batman song, as TSS would
Absolutely
say. Somebody actually hold up, I'm reading this. Where was this? Oh my God! Look at the Pokepod get an idol unit.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, I
Oh.
think I tried doing that once.
I remember wanting, at least I think it was Tyrone wanting to do this at one point. I think it would be kind of funny to do thematic Pokepod members with this. Because we were saying that we wanted to try to capture some characters in the Hisui of old, or in the Sinnoh of
Yeah,
old.
we're wearing like Edo
Ooh.
Japan stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we could have like seasonal themings for certain people who want to take part in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for example, Ruby would be dead in the Hisui version.
Goggles said
Oh.
Bruce Faulkner Dragon Ball Z music. Will
Listen,
Tyrone
we want to
making-
be goofy, not super serious as fuck.
Is Tyrone going to fuck that horse from Azumi-sime? Find out next time on PokePod World.
Last time on the Pokepod world.
Last time.
Oh my god.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Last time on PokePod World. I'm only using 1% of my power.
You know that neighbor from Hey Arnold?
Which one?
Which one?
No, one of the tenants.
Okay, which one?
He was the like, like he would like whine all.
Oh, I
Oscar?
know what you're talking about. He's like, he'd be like, Arnold, you have to help me.
Yeah, no.
I can't do it.
It sounded like you combined Bernie Sanders with that.
Yeah, it's Oscar, so what the chat says. Oscar, I think that's how you say it.
I need to go out and get the job, but Arnold, I'm scared. It's okay, Oscar. Just quit being a bitch.
My limited idol knowledge tells me that we need your 3 sizes and your info card.
Oh no. Goldminer said 1, 2, 3, but with a
Yeah, with a
horrible
horrible-
report.
I'm pretty sure that exists somewhere.
It definitely does.
Persona style. Oh, that's awesome. Persona would be dope. Well, greetings, everyone. Dun, 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 dun,
Well, I mean, to be
dun,
fair,
dun,
Persona
dun,
did create
dun.
jazz, so they that would be perfect
Yeah.
for that.
Definitely.
obviously.
It
Monday.
definitely created jazz.
Monday night at 9 p.m. It's PokePod.
It's actually 10 p.m. Eastern time rules.
Yeah. Let's go.
Soul team rules.
Persona made jazz true.
Wait a minute, Emmy. What time? Yeah, yours is Central Time too. No, it's Eastern Time, isn't it?
Eastern. I am Eastern.
Everybody's
Oh.
Eastern. Fuck.
Mm.
I think
We're
Ness is the
all
only one that's
Eastern in the
Central with
East
me.
side.
Yeah, we're the only one central.
Yep.
And Richie is
Richie is
Pacific.
Pacific
Richie, I think, is the worst out of everybody.
Yeah, we don't talk about him. He's in the past.
We don't talk about what.
Richie.
You know,
Thank you.
actually, we
Guys,
need to talk about that.
I
Yes.
gotta show you guys a video. It's what's the one family member that has the ability to shapeshift?
Oh,
Carmilla?
yeah, Camilo.
Carmelo or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
Carmilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so somebody edited one where he's gonna show this guy the map bottom jeans. The whole club was looking at her. Next thing you know, show the guy low.
I want to see it.
I loved it. I loved it.
You gotta show it, bro.
It was
I know.
great.
Okay,
So we don't
okay,
talk about
we
the apple bottom jeans.
we gotta. Okay, can we take a second, real quick, to talk about this film now that everybody, I think, watched it? Because Tyrone, you and Terrell, I think, were the last ones who didn't see
3 in
this
the morning.
Yeah.
I watched it.
First of all,
No.
why didn't you message me?
First of all, we watched it at 12. Well, 1 your time. We watched it at 1 your time, and we assumed you were asleep because you go to sleep around that time because you got to go to work the day after anyway.
No, it was a Friday to a Saturday. I was awake. That's why I messaged at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like what you guys were doing.
Oh, well, we didn't know. We just didn't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, we didn't know.
Actually, the funny thing is, I got to show Encanto to my sister, my niece. They actually wanted to see it, so I got to watch it for a third time.
Also, in case you're wondering about the spoilers, we kind of have to talk about it, spoiler-wise. Maybe not the plot, but like a lot of the themings that revolve
long
around the
enough
characters. And I feel that is kind of in the spoiler side of things. So I hope you understand that, chat. And also, the movie's been out for roughly 2 months now. So, I mean, that's kind of more than enough time. It's also even available on Disney Plus
All right,
as well.
I posted it. It's 24 seconds, and I posted it in memes and posts. If you want, you can show the chat. It's 24 seconds.
It's only 24 seconds? Okay, let me see. We don't
Yeah, let's
talk
do it.
about
Let's do it.
Hold
Open
on
your
a second.
screen so
I
we can
got-
watch it in real time.
Yeah, I need to see what the hell is this?
We don't talk
shit,
about-
it got
Yeah.
11 million.
We don't-
It got 11 million views, bro. What is
Also,
this?
there's a 10-hour version of it too, but I didn't want to share that.
No, listen, we're not gonna be here for
Yeah.
No, no.
All right,
Okay, hold on. Let me first of all, let me grab this video so we can actually see it ourselves.
It's under TSS as having a meltdown cookie, but it's in the Hannah Montana font. Today's
Okay.
a hilarious episode.
Oh my god. Okay, so I got the thing here. I will share it to you guys on the screen, and everybody else can also see it as well at some point. I love it. It says, what you're streaming. We don't talk about apple bottom cheese.
Don't talk about apple bottom cheese.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me go and transition real quick. Chat, we're gonna go and have a fun time watching whatever the hell Tyrone suggested, because even I don't know what the hell we're getting into
Here we
right
go,
now.
guys. Let's
All
go.
right, so you guys see it yourselves
Yep.
in the Discords. I mean, it's a blank page,
Yeah.
so don't worry about
Yeah.
that part. All right,
Go
we got
ahead.
it. Let's listen to it real quick.
Do you understand? Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole
I love that so much. Why is the voice so good though?
Yes, it's so good though. Why does it work so
I love
well?
the fact that when he says the fur, you get a whisper. That's my favorite part.
Oh my god.
And I still love that they keep my
That's
favorite girl
funny.
in there, Dolores. She's still in there.
Listen, man, Dolores has the best part in that song. I'm sorry.
Does.
It's
Oh
like-
yeah, when she with the sand that's
yes.
like, damn,
Also,
look
let
at
me
that.
just be clear right now. I'm gonna say it up front. You know, at the end of the day, this is all opinionated and whatnot. But the Spanish version of "We Don't Talk About Bruno" is infinitely 10 times better than
Oh
like
yeah,
the
obviously
English.
it's gonna be. Yeah,
Bro,
I mean, that's
you have
obvious.
no idea how good Camilo sounds in the Spanish version, and even Dolores as well. Like everybody killed it in the Spanish version.
Slide that Spanish Dolores over
Dude,
here.
bro, that's so good.
Slide Latin Dolores.
You
I
listen.
prefer
It is an experience, in my opinion. Yes, you watch the English version of the movie, but you're missing out the Spanish version. The
That's
Spanish
why I
version
said slide.
the Spanish version of that song, by the way, just to let people know, actually has all its music done entirely in Spanish as well. It's not actually redoing it in the English version and just copy pasting. No, they actually did all of it in Spanish for this version, and it's just incredible. I love everything about it. Now, if I could find it on YouTube, that would be great because they don't seem to have. Oh no, wait, there it is. I think I found it right here.
I have it.
Yeah, I had to have found it somewhere. I don't know if it's available right here. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. I found it. Oh man, I love her like performance. Like no se hable de Bruno, like that. Oh god, that just hits so good, bro.
Slide.
I posted it in meme post because it has to be a follow up. And also, I don't know how many people have known about this, but did you guys know that that Frozen's "Let It Go" has finally been dethroned
Yes.
by We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Good job,
Good.
Bruno.
Yeah, good job. Us not talking about you has somehow managed to let it go to be dethroned now. Thank God. I love that so much.
Oh yeah, speaking of that though, right now that song's number 2 right now.
It went up
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it went up.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! It was at
Damn.
4th place when I heard about it. Then
When I saw it today, though, it went up to number 2 because I ran into the other song from Encanto, Surface Pressure. It made it to number 10.
All right, guys.
I love that one.
I
Yeah.
deafened y'all for a second so I could listen to Dolores' half of "We Don't Talk About Bruno" in Spanish. You know.
Good, right?
Hey! She need to chill out, okay?
that was only just a taste of how she is in the entire film, bro.
You know what's
She
funny,
need to
though?
calm down.
I'm telling you, bro. You watched it in English, it's a different experience in Spanish. Now that you already know what they're even saying in the English version of the film.
Although, unfortunately, I put the apple bottom jeans part where it doesn't belong.
Oh my gosh.
Now, apple bottom jeans, except in Spanish.
Spanish.
Yes, my apple pantalones.
This is gonna sound really weird, but I think if I was a bit younger, I'd probably wind up having a crush on Camilo.
No, Polly, you're not in the wrong. Everybody does. Every female does.
Okay.
Everyone
Yeah, you're
loves
fine.
Camilo's character.
Yeah, a lot of people like Camilo.
He's the type. It's the type that I like.
Hey, like I said, Dolores. I'm a little greedy. I'm a little greedy for Isabella too, but Dolores, Dolores though.
Dude, listen, the entire internet agrees. Tyrone, I'm just saying you're missing out on some beautiful Dolores fan art on Twitter right now. It's
Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
I
How old is he so that I'm not problematic?
Hey, you know what I just noticed? I just went to Twitter right now. Guess what's trending? Encanto.
Of course. Did
time.
you see on Facebook? Did you see the meme? You know the meme where like it shows the tombstone and then it shows the guy in front of the tombstone pointing at it.
Yeah.
Well, on the tombstone it's got Frozen and then Encanto's on the side pointing at it. No.
Oh, hey, look at this. Surface Pressure, which is the song done by...
That's my favorite one.
it actually reached number 10 in the Billboard Hot 100.
Yep.
I thought that song was actually going to be number
Oh,
one, but like then I
no.
heard we don't talk about Bruno, and I'm like, never mind.
He's
That's
15.
that song.
He's
No,
bro
it's
age.
It's a
all
whole
the
lot,
songs
bruh.
are going up. A lot of the songs are going up. So it's
They're good.
they are good.
So good.
Oh.
Lin Manuel Miranda, dude, I cannot like just the way he composes songs are so good. There's so much layering in them that you can hear everyone's part, and it's just like you have to listen for little bits and pieces, and you get it's so good.
Yeah, it's just like when my girl comes in, I associate him with the sound of falling sand.
Yeah. Hamilton was.
Dolores knew. She knew.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
I watched Hamilton for the first time last year, and it was
Same.
amazing because I was like, "What's so great about it?" And then it just the songs were just so like they're quick,
Yeah.
and you have to but it's great.
Oh, In the Heights fans, bro, let me just say there is one song towards the later half of the film In the Heights that absolutely is phenomenal. If I could find the name of that song right now, I will tell you to listen to it because it is, in my opinion, my absolute favorite song of In the Heights, both in the in the in the Broadway version and in the movie version. The name of the song, Paciencia y Fe. That is my favorite song in that entire film. You have to see the whole film to get a experience with that song, bro, because it is a journey to just go through that song and it hits every emotional beat while at the same time just nailing the rhythm of like Latin music to its core, and it is incredible. Lin Manuel Miranda, once again, to the entire people who worked behind these songs and all that, they absolutely are killing it. And it to be a Latin, to be able to speak Spanish and to know Spanish and to see how much Spanish is now starting to become a true secondary thing in the world, not just in the US, but like as an entire world now, learning about the influence of just Spanish culture, not just simply Mexican culture like with Coco, but now with like Colombian culture with Encanto as an example, and potentially other films that could come in the future. This is exactly really cool representation that I feel is something that is remarkable for someone who can relate to these things. Like that's why I appreciate films like Coco and even films like Encanto, and to see even like Tyrone here or anybody just like gush about the film and love the characters, love their vibes and everything. It makes me happy, bro. It makes me happy because that means they did it right. That's what it is. They did it right. I love that. So I really hope more people take this opportunity to do us a favor and watch Encanto, because I do genuinely believe it is a really good film.
I do have some gripes.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us can agree with one thing in particular. I know that people were mentioning we don't talk about spoilers and stuff, but
Spoiler.
but I believe people will and I don't want to say it right now only because I feel if you mention it, most people will kind of back away from giving it a shot, because getting to that point and then having that kind of be the iffy part, I feel will ruin people's expectations of just like the journey within this film, but I do believe personally that despite that one flaw that I think a lot of us share, the journey to getting to that point, I think, was an incredible experience to see all of this unfold. And the animation as well in this film, I always keep thinking to myself, like, oh, wow, how is Disney going to up it this time after their last big hit, right? And then they do it. It's incredible. Like, there are so many scenes in this film that really just brings animation to a whole new level. Like, for example, the We Don't Talk About Bruno song. I don't know if people noticed, but this is one of the first films I can think off the top of my head, at least they announced it anyway, where they said, we actually did real life choreography and then animated that choreography for the song.
Who's gonna do the Broadway fucking Encanto?
I have no idea, but if they do that, though, I would.
They're gonna. I
100%.
mean, all the characters
Yeah.
are based off real people. It'd be easy.
And I
No.
feel like it's like this movie got so popular. I feel like they're gonna branch out more because apparently I know there are like some. I think like because I feel like we should explore more into their characters because it's like, especially it wasn't too much in obviously in Peppa's family. Like I think they got the least.
Yeah, there's like a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
Also, just to mention once again with like representation and stuff, there was a scene. I know this has nothing to do with what we were just saying about the songs and choreography, but it just shows the little attention to details. Because when I saw this in the film, I thought I was the only one who did it, and then I learned, no wait, people do this as well. So there's a scene at the very beginning of the film when they're under the bed.
That you're gonna talk about.
And I think it's Maribel who was talking with the little one and giving like a gift, right? The way she like nudges her chin or her mouth, like she like pushes her mouth forward to like point at the box. I thought I was the only one that does that. It's such a little thing. Yeah, the lip scene, that's exactly it. It's just a small little moment, but it is something that a lot of people do. But I never thought about that until after seeing Encanto and noticing, oh shit, people do this as well. I thought that was just a me thing. And then I talked to my mother about it and she's like, "No, I've done this before as well." And I'm like, "What?" I love shit like that. That has nothing to do with like the film entirely, but it's these little details that just adds this extra layer of enjoyment that I am loving from Encanto so much, bro. It's just, so good. Now, with that being said, once again, chat, if you're going to be watching this film, two things. One, watch it in the English version. And two, watch it in the Spanish version. It might be weird to do that, but trust me, and you could even tell by Tyrone's response earlier ago, the Spanish version is a whole other experience, bro. I'm just saying, it legitimately is. And I love the Spanish songs as well. I really do. Seriously, I'm telling you, No Se Habla de Bruno is way, way better than We Don't Talk About Bruno. But none of them can defeat the We Don't Talk About Apple Bottom Jeans. So that's just a whole nother tier in itself.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I found fan fiction.
Of Encanto?
Yes.
I expected that to exist,
Yeah,
honestly.
me too.
If it exists, there's fanfics of it. Also,
These ships are not.
Oh, you don't like them, I see. Don't tell me it relates to the family, because if it does, oh god.
Yes.
No, okay.
That's kind of weird.
We don't talk about incest. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
No.
the Mario 64. Whoa!
Whoa! No, the Crash Bandicoot. Whoa!
Alright, I revoke my Emmy's wholesome card.
Oh.
To be fair, Polly, you were the one that brought it up
You
to
didn't
her
give her the
attention.
alley-oop. Yeah.
Yeah, you gave her
me
the
the pass.
power to do this.
I got the power.
Oh man, but yeah, so
Somebody
Amy, that
highlight,
is-
we don't talk about incest.
Oh.
Johnny.
Oh, God.
Donnie!
And that's the end of the PokePod, indeed.
Saw that.
Oh,
Also,
man.
That's
I
how
wanted to
PokePod
mention-
ended.
Okay,
I wanted
but
to mention one thing too.
Yes.
What's it called with Lin-Manuel Miranda as well. He also did Tick Tick Boom as well, which is
I
on
heard about
Netflix.
that. Yes.
Watch it because it's also like the songs are also done by him, and also Andrew Garfield is playing the lead and he sings.
Oh.
So seeing Spider-Man sing is so weird, but it's so nice. Like he
Honestly.
actually, right, apparently he didn't know how to sing before, and he actually took
See
like a year.
a Spider-Man
like-
thing. Clearly, you haven't seen Spider-Man's musical Turn Off the
Okay, that's-
Dark.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
You mean the notoriously horrific and horrendous goddamn musical that did nothing but cause so much controversy and pain?
Correct.
Okay,
The
then
very,
you're right.
the very same. Yes.
All right. I got you. 30/90 is just fires, he said, Riley says in the chat. I can imagine. Listen, I heard good things about that film too. I just haven't had the chance to watch it. But to be fair, there were so many musicals this year. Honestly, I love that. In the Heights, uh, the film that you just mentioned, Tick Tick Boom. There was also another one. I forgot what it was called though. It was based on Rent, or is that Tick Tick Boom? I think it
That is
was.
Tick Tick Boom.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was that. Okay, and then of course Encanto right now that released. So these are films I really do recommend people give a shot and watch. I think they're really wonderful films that capture uh, just what it is that they're trying to aim for. For me personally, within the Heights and with Encanto, I love just the Spanish representation and just the songs that they created, and that's just film. It's beauty. I never was a fan of musicals before, but I will admit these two definitely solidified that in my heart anyway. So I appreciate musicals a lot more now. Maybe not to like a super fan level, but I can at least acknowledge and see why people enjoy it. So yeah, Vivo was fun too. Was it really? I haven't seen Vivo. At least I could think off the top of my head.
I was there
No.
for musicals at first, but then I wound up being in two of them, so I grown an appreciation to them.
And also, you got to
What?
experience them firsthand as well. So
Yeah,
that in itself has to be in
yeah.
its own experience.
I was in Once on This Island, and I was in Forbidden Broadway.
Nice.
hmm So yeah, those were pretty fun. Like, yeah, when you do a musical, it gets pretty fun.
Nice, nice, nice.
Pretty cool.
All right, I highly suggest Something Rotten. It's a great musical. Really now.
Yeah.
I have to keep an eye on that then. Okay, so was there any? Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. I know Tyrone, you did say you have some thoughts about the film. Is there like as a score? I kind of am curious because I don't think you ever gave a score for the film. And I think,
Okay, so like obviously I can't enter spoiler territory, but there's some stuff in the movie that I like the movie. Like I want to point this out. Visually, emotionally, yeah, visually, emotionally, presentation. The movie's brimming with culture. Obviously, it's got that Disney touch to the point where fucking Mirabelle, she comes
Mirabelle.
out. Mirabelle, she comes out and she's got like sand and shit. Like I'm not gonna say the specifics, but she comes out of her room and she has sand on her, and you can see like the little sand in bits and pieces of her hair follicles, and on her skin and shit. Like this is the most gorgeous looking Disney Pixar movie we've ever seen.
Oh no, it's just a Disney film,
Yeah.
by the way.
Disney.
And
Oh, well,
Pixar
oh,
has
okay.
no involvement with this. Just to let you know.
Really? Huh? Well then, shit. I'm guessing some people who worked at Pixar yeeted their way over to Disney.
They had to. I feel.
Yeah, there's no way in hell they did this by themselves. Yeah, this is the most beautiful Disney movie we've seen. Like visually, this movie's beautiful. Like it's wonderful. There's a thing in it, unfortunately, and I can't talk about it because spoilers. That unfortunately gives this a 7 out of 10.
Okay, and we'll
It's
keep it at that,
very
I believe.
important. Yeah, it's very important. But it's a good movie. I want to point that out. It's a good movie. It
Can
is
I-
a really good movie. It's brimming with culture and potential.
Can I just say one thing that I'm very proud of Disney for doing? So, most people might not know this, but there is a song that's called Dos Oruguitas. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, those
Uh,
those burritos.
Some people don't notice, and this is the best thing about it, but there's actually two versions of that song that exist. There is the English version that initially I thought was meant to be used for the film. But to my surprise, they actually used the Spanish version of that song instead in the English release of the film, which is a very bold move on their part, only because, well, for English speaking audiences who don't understand Spanish culture, that could throw them off, because it's like,
They
well,
did that
what's going
because-
on in the song? They don't even have translations or anything to kind of provide in that moment. However, I think what really solidified that usage of the song was just the emotional feel you can capture from that,
I think the reason they did that is because in America specifically, I believe Spanish is the second most used language.
Correct.
So that they probably knew they could like put that in there and like they'll be like some of the fans will get it. Fuck it.
Yeah, listen, this is the ones we're targeting for. If we do this in English with this artist who's known for Spanish, I think we do goofed.
Yeah,
but
they'll be like,
go on.
yeah, they'll be like some of the people will get it. Go ahead, Emmy.
No, I was gonna say also as well. I think the context of that scene as well. It made sense to put keep the song in Spanish
That is
because it
correct.
was.
Yes.
Don't want to spoil it, but like it was context for one character, and it kind of makes sense because yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
also no, it is hard to try to not talk about spoilers. I understand.
Yeah,
Which
and also
which is what.
almost always ball in that scene too. So it's like
Yeah,
crying.
there's a
Yeah.
reason, and also just to point this out because of what Nessa said, uh, most people might not realize it, but that's actually like the events that you see unfold during those sequence of events actually do tie into real world events that Colombians can relate to. I won't specify what it is, but if you know your history and you know the culture of these countries and like the rough passes that they might have had, these moments I think can just pull you in heavy. And I applaud them for that. Once again, they did an amazing job with this film that I am very, very happy. Like, legitimately, I am so happy to see when I go on my Twitter timeline, it's just Encanto gifs or Encanto images or people gushing over Camila or Dolores or Luisa, like all these characters who are genuinely fun to watch. I love seeing that. I love seeing people like love this culture. It love the world of like Spanish content like this. And I can't be more happier than that, man. It really did put a smile in my face. So,
I
with
have
that being
one
said,
thing
I
to
still
say.
give it. I still, as Tyrone, even though loving everything about it, I still want to say a 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 for me
Oh
personally.
shit! Okay, damn.
No,
Really?
but
Oh,
I
I'm not
listen,
as
man.
far off as I thought I was gonna be.
No, because in all honesty, I love everything about the film except that, bro.
Yeah,
And it's really
I'm a,
because you know what's the worst part about it is because oh man, no, never mind. I can't say it because once
yeah,
I
we
say
can't
it,
say anything. Yeah, but as a literary analytic, so someone who looks into stories a lot, like that, unfortunately, hurts it a lot. Like if it were something small, I would have given it a much higher score. But it hurts it a lot, and we can't go into specifics. But I will say the movie does leave an impact. Like its job, it definitely is going to leave an impact. It's not something you're going to gloss over and be like, I didn't watch that one. It's not going to be like some of those under the bar Disney/Pixar movies. It's definitely stamped into my brain.
yeah, like even though, like you said, even though it's a bad moment, and I think you said it best. Like this film, despite all that, is still gonna probably be in my top five.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how.
It can't.
That's how good. Like it's like 95% good. Like let that speak volumes of just how
Yeah.
phenomenal this film is. That even though with that ending or anything that happens within the film or like the storyline or any of that sort, bro, it's the journey. It is the journey to getting there that I feel personally.
Journey starts.
I know we got to talk about that too. That I feel captures everything about like just the culture in general. But it really is something that you can't really look.
can't skip-
You
yeah,
can't really like slide it to the side and be
Yeah.
like, nah, this is not a blemish. That shit's a stain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mention something random about the song that you mentioned, KG, like the Spanish song, like Dos Oruguitas. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Dos Oruguitas.
Yeah. So if you listen to that, it low key sounds like Under the Sea from Little Mermaid. Like listen to it, and then there's like the part where like he sings that exact line, and it's like the melody of it sounds like Under the Sea. So it's like it's actually pretty cool. But like that's just a random fact.
A random little thing you notice just listening to the beats of the song. Oh
Oh
man.
my god.
All right, so that's all we can say really on Encanto. So somebody says, "Say KG, I won't be watching it, so I want to know." Sorry, man. In this call, we don't talk
You
about
gotta
spoilers.
see to believe.
Yeah,
Also, I
exactly.
think Terrell said he's thinking about doing a review of the movie since we saw it, so we might be able to talk about it there.
Okay, if that's gonna be the case, we can totally. But I'm telling you, before you do any of that, though,
Watch the damn
watch
movie.
not just watch the damn movie, watch the Spanish version as well.
Watch the damn movie. Watch the damn movie in Spanish too.
Yeah, watch his movie in Spanish.
Watch the movie in Spanish.
I probably have to watch. Yeah, the funny thing is, the first time I watched this movie was in Spanish, but
Aw, you went in
I
reverse.
missed the 20. I missed 20 minutes of it because I was doing something else. So
Mhm.
then I caught on. Like I think I remember I caught on finally was like when and I think it was like when the plot was finally going through catching on. So that's when I finally caught on. And I was
Nice.
like, and I was like, oh, okay, I just see what's going on because I didn't know what was going on at first.
Is the Japanese dub good? We'll get back to you on that one.
I don't know. Oh my god. Oh god. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it could be. I just can't answer that just now. So. All right, so ladies and gents, I think now, after all that discussion out of the way, should we get ourselves ready and prepared for tonight's shenanigans for the second hour?
Yes.
Alrighty, so give me just a second to get all of this ready to go because tonight, ladies and gents, we are going to be talking about two things. For starters, we got 3 episodes to talk about,
Wait.
which is gonna be insane. I know. However, I do genuinely believe it's still gonna be a good one. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Now, with all that being said, let's jump right into it. We're going to be focusing, ladies and gents, with part 1 of the 3-part discussion, beginning with the Pocket Monsters Legends Arceus Special Episode 1. So, what exactly is this that we're getting ourselves into? So, Pokemon Legend Arceus, the special 2 episodes out of 4 had dropped as of right now, and this is a interesting new thing that we find ourselves in, which is basically episodes that are not released on television, but rather exclusively on Amazon Prime Video in Japan. Just a couple of hours ago, we also got ourselves the English subbed release, thanks to some folks who actually worked on this stuff. And they were very nice enough to release both of the episodes literally hours before we started the pod. So now we kind of have a little better understanding of what this episode is all about. So without getting too nitty gritty into the info, let's just jump right into it. Overall, I must say, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. I think we'll talk about both episodes at once because the thing about these
The
2
point is
episodes,
slicing them up.
yeah, and also the thing about it is that these episodes are much shorter than a traditional episode would be because they're like 16 minutes per episode, if I recall correctly. So let's begin with the most obvious, and I think we'll begin with the pros right away. Let's talk about how this episode was a blast to the past for fans of nostalgia. Not just only for characters, but also for what you're listening to in your ears as well. Yeah, Legends Arceus, the special, brings back DP music into this, which completely throws all the speculation we had towards the Kadokawa situation back then, because this is Miyazaki's music when it was during the DP era, brought back. And I am surprised by that. Polly, I think out of everybody, you are probably the better one to talk about this because I know you, out of all of us here, tends to gush the most about music in general, at least here in this call anyway, because I know TSS would also be one too to do that. But I know for a fact, you being the DP stan that you are, must have been just completely blown away by the fact that we got to see Miyazaki music, cameos, characters from DP all just thrown into this. So I'm going to pass this one on to you, Polly, to begin things for tonight. And I just really want to hear your take on these 2 episodes as a whole. Like, what is your overall opinion on it from everything that we had just set up so far?
Not prepared.
Oh, no.
I'm awake now.
Oh, yeah, now she's fully awake. Let's get to it then, buddy.
I believe I gave both episodes a 7.5. I think.
Oh, yeah, during the reaction to this episode.
Yeah. Because we all you and I had sort of similar feelings, whereas the Polly drinks some Red Bull. Yeah. Everything was really authentic, and it's almost a shame that this whole thing makes it quote unquote not canon, because it could have fitted perfectly, and it really does. I think it's just whole for the point of the Amazon Video thing, but I thought it was just so authentic, like what a perfect way to market these games, but also, show it off in the anime. So, like, with such a realistic concept too of having one of these, I don't want to say these festivals, honoring like the legends of Sinnoh and or Hisui, and because I thought it was especially cute that Cynthia was like so excited, because that's her thing. She loves history. She loves legends. So it was only fitting for her to be there. And I just liked it a lot. Of course, it was amazing seeing my favorite character back. I've been so busy, I haven't even been able to fully give my thoughts, like on Twitter or really anywhere, aside from when we watched it, but it's definitely surreal to see him again. I mean, I know we saw him in Sun and Moon, but at least it's weird to see, because we almost expect to always see him with Misty when he comes back. So it's surreal seeing him interact with Dawn and having the DP trio back together again. And I also like that they paid attention to the whole Yuxi thing, because I was afraid that they were gonna swap Brock out for Go, and I was originally bitter about that, and then they listened. They listened to me. So in terms of the music, I'm really, really glad they used not only the like typical Sinnoh, like the games, the Diamond Pearl game themes, but Ash's Sinnoh theme in the beginning, because obviously that's an anime exclusive. So for them to care enough about this to put that in there, while still slightly tweaking it, so I guess it's not. I don't know why they did that, but I guess maybe to just differentiate it because it's Journeys. That was like, there's just so many nice little touches, and I know that I still have more to discover because I still haven't watched it subbed yet. But even just like, and like with Iwane animating this, like you could tell in the beginning, like the opening to Together is very similar to the opening for this special, and even the first couple of seconds of the episode parallel the shots in the first Diamond and Pearl episode. Like, it was just a great homage to the Diamond and Pearl anime, while still promoting these new games that are coming out. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next two episodes are gonna bring.
Alrighty. Thank you for your input there, Polly, and I hope you are looking forward to whatever these next two parts have to offer, and hopefully they come out well, I should say.
Yeah.
So let me go and pass it on to the next person in this call. How about you, Emmy? What would you say about this two-parter as a whole?
Sure. I mean, I didn't know that they subbed it today, so I only watched it raw. So I I'm probably gonna miss a lot of like plot stuff that happened, but to be honest, I think it's relatively easy to follow.
I'm gonna say,
kind of.
trust me, you didn't miss much.
Okay. Okay, good. That's fine. I mean, like, honestly, like,
This isn't Shakespeare. This isn't Shakespeare. It's Pokemon.
That's true, exactly. That's what I was telling myself too. I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. But I guess for like the first part and stuff, I really enjoyed like the little details, like the little Magikarp salesman. That was so nice. And then just like Pikachu and like Piplup, they finally high-fived. I was like, finally, about time. My goodness, I didn't see any of this in like any interactions in like the special that we got like beforehand. So it's nice seeing that, and even like seeing like Pikachu like bring back its like I guess expressions or just imitations of like the other Pokemon, and he did like the Hisuian Pokemon too. That was really cute. As well as Piplup, and then as well like when they were doing the whole like catching scene with starters, Piplup and like Oshawott. I think like also that kind of brought back a little flashbacks too to like Black and White with like Ash's Oshawott and then Piplup like not getting along. And then getting along at the end, so that was really nice. And then even seeing like Go and Cyndaquil's little bond like form was really nice. Yeah, I mean Cynthia was pretty cool. I mean like I like seeing her out of like outfit and like in a different outfit, so that was cool. I don't know exactly what she said, but I'm gonna hope that she said some cool things. Okay, and then that book that she gave them at the that book that she gave them at the end, I'm like, all right, is this the first Pokédex but in a book form? Okay, we all know who's gonna read that only, and it's probably gonna be Go. But I guess for that, the Team Galactic stuff, I was kind of like, like, do I really care? No, I mean, like the only good part that really came out of it is like the whole Heatran stuff and
One second, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second.
that.
So we gotta remember one thing: this isn't canon. So I like the idea that Ash and Dawn are like, we don't really care about these books, and Go's like, I care about this book, and Ash goes, it's not canon. I don't care about this book. like immediately it changes his mind.
Exactly. So it's really funny. But yeah, like for the first episode and stuff, I think that was just the highlight, like seeing them and like I think what Polly said too, like just like promoting the game, but also like being in that setting. So that was really nice. But of course, like I think I enjoyed the second episode a little bit more because Brock, he's a PD evolved all the way to a Blissey grown up so fast, and then you see Krogaku with the hat, and also Krogaku came out swinging.
Oh. Yeah, wait.
It's not canon. It's still a Chansey.
I was gonna say
Okay.
there's a nice parallel
about the
between.
canon though, because apparently there was like some people are saying it is canon, so I'm like confused, like what? Like,
I've heard both.
yeah, I heard both because they're saying it is canon, and people are like, no, it is canon, it's canon. Just because it's an Amazon, it doesn't mean it's canon or something. Because it's been going, I've been seeing it going back and forth, so that's why I'm like, I can't really say. So that's why I was like, what's making it not canon?
Because they did the whole red chain thing in the flashback.
You want to know what makes it not canon? They're using music from the past. This is an alternate. Okay, I think Tyrone said it best in one of his past reactions we had.
Commentary over it.
Yes, and I think you probably are the best one to say it because it ties to Dragon Ball, if I recall
correctly. Okay, so you know how in Dragon Ball movies, most Dragon Ball movies aren't canon, except for obviously the newest ones because Toriyama apparently wrote those. But most Dragon Ball Z movies weren't canon. However, they took place to make the movies obviously like happen and make sense. They took place using the canonicity of the story. So at some point in the story, Goku's at this point in the story, so they're gonna use all of the access skills and abilities and characters from that point in the story. But it's still non-canon in the grand scheme of things. There's no way Goku could be in the in movie. There's no way movie 2 can happen. The World's Strongest, because Piccolo is still alive, yet Goku knows the Kaioken. But when Goku came back to use the Kaioken, Piccolo was already dead. So they can't be in the same movie. However, because they want the movie to happen, they need a point in Goku's life where he used the Kaioken to happen to keep up with the story. So it's not canon, but it's using the canon history to keep up so that we have reference as to when this could have taken place. But it's not canon. It's just using canon material.
Yeah, in other words, I think someone said
themselves do it. I mean, like, there's been plenty of movies where Ash has, like, Monferno, for example, but he has Infernape in the Zora movie because at that point in the story, Monferno evolved.
Yeah. So it's little things like these that just kind of play differently for future storylines. But like, you know, the at the end of the day, this is Pokemon, guys. There's not really that much of a huge debate that we need to go into that. It's just a matter of, okay, we know it exists. It's just a matter of, will this be brought back up in the show at some point in the future? Let's say, for example, if Brock never shows back up in the main Journey series, then that interaction that they had in this special won't really have any sort of tie-ins to JN's story because we never see them interact at that point. So it's like it will just be canon whenever the hell they decide to make a canon. But as it stands right now, it's just simply a film split into 4 parts that could be canon if you think it wants to be, and maybe not. There's no real workaround that. I think anyway.
For the girls' defense, I think the reason the controversy of all of this is why is it not canon? I mean, yeah, we get it. It's an Amazon special. We know that. That's the obvious answer. The obvious answer is because not as many people are going to have access watching this as, say, the regular episode of Pokemon Journeys. And thus, if it's harder to watch it, then it's harder to put it into a moment in history. Although I would argue that Pokemon's had weird history with Canosity before, in which things that we can't see suddenly become thrown into the story. But that's mostly due to legal reasons, or banned reasons. Like, for example, Ash catching a bunch of Tauros. But the only reason that we didn't get to see that episode is because that episode wasn't available to us in America. So we just have to take our word for it when they say that Ash has 30 fucking Tauros.
Yeah. Also, to respond to that in the chat, you mean those specials won't have any impact to the main journeys? It can if they ever bring it up. But as it stands right now,
and even then, really. I think to cover all their bases, they're making sure that they go steps to ensure that it doesn't. For example, the Pokemon they end up catching are rent-a-Pokemon. Like, they can't even have them. They're just for the contest. That's it. The contest with only 3 fucking contestants, by the way. Which is extra funny. But, so, like, unfortunately, like, it doesn't have any lasting impact. So, unfortunately, they're trying to cover all their bases to ensure that this is a special you can enjoy in the moment, and then they'll never bring it up again.
And that's just how it's gonna be.
And we never talked about it.
And canon if you have Prime.
Exactly. Which, if you do have Amazon Prime, that must mean you also must have Twitch Prime, and that means you also have a free sub button. And if you would like to subscribe for free here on KG Prestige to help us out in any way, shape, or form, thank you. But it won't also give you the episodes because you don't have the Japanese version of Amazon Prime.
You hear that, Optimus Prime? It's only canon to you.
Or that doesn't work.
Yeah, so, alright, so, Emmy, did you give a score, just out of curiosity?
I mean, okay, for the first part, I gave it a 6 out of 10. For the second part, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Alright, so, like, in general, 6.5, then? Yeah, alright.
It was okay.
Oh, as long as you had a fun time with it, or an okay time, I guess.
I liked when Brock got the rocket car. That was the highlight for me.
The Brock, Cora bought the rocket ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. When you can't get the girl, buy the rocket car. It's fine. It's okay.
See what you're missing, ladies? The ability to be like the Jetsons and just fucking fly wherever you want to.
I stopped chasing the girl and started chasing the bag, Ash. Being his piece.
What was that? What was that stupid meme about, like, that kid who's like the nerd? And then 10 years later, he becomes like the CEO, and then that lady shows back up. Oh, El Nerd, I think that's what it's called.
Oh,
the El Nerd meme. That's basically Brock in general, who tries to do that shit, except he ends up pulling out with all this bank and money where I guess being a doctor in the Pokemon world gives you access to millions and billions of Pokedollars to even own a ship like that. Which at that point, I just want to say, thanks to that ship, I want Brock to be in the main series now. Because I want to see that casually be used as navigation throughout the show.
It's like people like to fall for him. You're like, look, ladies, I have a rocket ship.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see anybody else have one of these bad boys. Nope. It's a one of a kind. All right, so Nessa, I will now pass this on to you. What's your take on this?
I guess like when I first seen it, because I think I saw like in the morning of, so I kind of had like a crappy version of the raw version when I saw it. So I was kind of confused. So I kind of didn't get a chance to enjoy like the intro, or I'm not sure if it was an intro or I think more so it was just the endings they have. But I think the first half of it, I guess I felt okay with it. I kind of felt like, okay, I guess because Legends of Arceus is coming out. So of course they had to promote the games. So then, like, that's why everyone's dressed up as the hissing outfits and everything. And then I kind of felt like, to me, it was like, okay, I guess you're just mostly a huge promotion. The entire episode, to me, just a huge promotion of the game. So I wasn't too appealed to that for the first half. And so then, but there were some cool little moments. I think everything everyone brought up, like you guys really brought up with the whole when Cynthia gave him all those books, and then I think everyone but Go was the only happy one. The other two are like, "What the hell is? Why am I having this stupid book?" And then I think also, I think Team Galactic was like briefly brought back in there. I believe it was the first part, and then I think him catching the Heatran did intrigue me a bit. So that was like the only highlights for me in that the first part. The second half of the episode, I enjoyed it a little bit more. So it was cool to see Brock back, and then also we got to see him progress more as a doctor, and did not expect him to be wearing scrubs. So kudos to that. So I got to enjoy Brock more, and then also I think the plot finally advanced more too from the second half, and so then, but it seems like from my understanding of like me, the very limited Japanese, it seems like they're trying to bring back their boss back, Team Galactic Cyrus back. It seems like that's my understanding. I don't know the Japanese language or what's going on, but
it's very obvious. They have a little giant stone plaster of fucking Cyrus
yeah, no,
on top of the goddamn wall. Yes, they're trying to bring Cyrus back.
That's my take of it. Just like I was like, I guess they're trying to bring him back. And then I was like, all right. So then, but then of course we get this monstrosity of whatever that is, Heatran. I guess whatever that machine did, it fucked his what could be the word? Because he turned into solid, he turned into liquid, into gas. Like he was changing up like all these damn, like he was just changing up everything. So I
thought he was just turning into lava.
Yeah, basically, he was just changing everything. So I think my favorite moment from that second part of the episode was like I loved the Krogak and the Toxicroak beef. Like it seems like Krogak never forgot about Toxicroak because he just had that huge beef with them from the very beginning. So that was, to me, I think that was probably the best highlight for me that episode. And then he was just like, yeah, Krogak just like would not stop when he sees that, and he knew who Toxicroak was because that's why I kind of like gave it out to them. Like, oh yeah, we ran into them before from the last encounter. So I thought that was really that was cool. But other than that, though, I don't have anything else to say besides the two.
What about a score?
The first half for me would be 4 out of 10, and then the second half I'll say like 6 out of 10.
Alrighty then. Now, Tyrone, we'll pass this one on to you, buddy. What is your take on this two-parter so far?
Okay, so it's very obvious. I mean, it's callback the episode, but which makes Ghost stick out like a sore fucking thumb here. But like shit, the most interesting thing I saw was Team Galactic catching Heatran. It's cool to see a villain actually legitimately catch a Pokemon, not with a net or some dumbass laser or a cage or some energy propulsion force field or whatever the fuck Giovanni did on Mewtwo. It's cool to see it, literally a villain just go, wait, hold on, stop, hold up. Guys, stop. We can throw Pokeballs at them. Come on. It's not even criminal to do it this way. In fact, it's all the trainers do it. Why can't we? And they did it. And he used a dust ball, which works better in caves. I like that. I fucks with the idea that the villain just catches the Pokemon legit. Like, what can you do? Tell him he can't do it? It's the giant flaw in the philosophy that is Pokemon. But it definitely shows, and unfortunately they're very quick to erase that too. Heatran winds up in his magma form melting and breaking the goddamn Pokeball, releasing his capture. And I'm like, bro, fuck you. Villains can't have development because fuck you, story. Like, I was really disappointed in that, but I get it. The plot has to happen. And thus, if the plot has to ensue, we buffering?
Yep, it's buffering.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen on my half.
What
okay,
happened?
I think we're back. We're back now. It was buffering for a second.
Oh, no, it never dropped any frames or anything. It says.
Well, on our end, I was looking at it, it looked like it was buffering. Okay,
I wonder if that's a Twitch thing then. But sorry, continue.
Okay, so to keep going with it, yeah, Team Galactic's whole thing was the most interesting part of it. And Brock coming back, I mean, it's okay. He came back in Sun and Moon, which was recent, so I'm just like, sweet, he's back again, I guess. And then what it wound up also happening, obviously Toxicroak came back in order to hit Brock when he flirts. The problem here though is um, he didn't do that when during Sun and Moon. So it feels like Brock's team is specifically like I brought my Diamond and Pearl team, guys. Aren't you excited that we're all doing the Diamond and Pearl thing? Diamond and Pearl, like it's not even subtle. I would love if he had used this different Pokemon in this one. Like oh shit, he used this goddamn he used this Geodude for this situation or some shit
I think
or
he gave Geodude to Forest.
yeah, but he had Geodude in Sun and Moon. He used Geodude and Steelix in that one. But you wanna know why I used Geodude and Steelix?
I believe he has Sudowoodo though in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I don't think he used Sudowoodo in this one at all.
Mm.
I'm saying
yet.
I'm saying his comebacks, both the Sun and Moon one and the Diamond and Pearl one, are specifically catered towards his moment in the story in which he was existed. He wears his OG clothes in Sun and Moon because it's the anniversary of OG and we gotta do that. And then he uses his Diamond and Pearl clothes because it's Diamond and Pearl. It's the Diamond and Pearl clothes. Use your Diamond and Pearl Pokemon. Act like your Diamond and Pearl self. Diamond and Pearl. Like, it's so in your face about it. It's not even subtle. Like, ugh. Like, it feels weird. I thought you're celebrating Brock coming back. This feels like they went, Brock's coming back? Not that Brock. The other Brock. Which one? This Brock. This one in specific. The one that was used, like, it's weird to not see him have a mixture or amalgamation of his mixed Pokemon. He used Steel. Yeah, he used Steelix and Geodude in his fight against Kiawe and didn't he use a fight against Sophocles too?
No, I don't think so.
No, he used Geodude against either Lily, Mallow, Lana, or Sophocles. He used because he fought Lily and Mallow for I think he fought Mallow or Lana.
Oh, I think Lana and Sophocles now. Now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Then what was my buddy Crobat? He used Crobat in the episode before when he helped Ash and Misty and fight Team Rocket when they were back at Pallet Town during Professor Oak's lab shit. So at least he used Crobat there. But here it's very obvious they went the Diamond and Pearl Brock specifically because Diamond and Pearl. Remember that shit? Like it's so disgustingly obvious what they're doing, and so that hurts it. After that, I mean, yeah, I do like Croagunk coming out immediately out of its Pokeball to fight Toxicroak. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's very clear Croagunk just wants to smoke. Like that.
Well, that's direct parallel from the Galactic arc too.
Yeah, that's in Croagunk's character. He acts like that. His
Croagunk is a Toxicroak. He's just like
he has an aim to fight his rival Pokemon, which is Toxicroak. Now, originally when that came out with the rivalry, I got what they were doing. They're doing that whole thing in Pokemon where the smaller Pokemon has to fight the bigger Pokemon because the bigger Pokemon is bigger and badder and meaner, but the good Pokemon is cute and small and it belongs to our heroes. So it must beat the bigger one. Ash did it with this fucking Weasel versus Floatzel. Then you got your classic Pikachu versus Raichu deal, Meowth versus Persian. They always do that shit. The only time I thought that joke was funny was when Oshawott did it, where Oshawott comes out, looks at Duwat, and goes, "Oh, that thing's bigger than me. Pikachu, take it." That's funny. Because Oshawott's taking the cliche and flipping it on its ass. Here, I like the fact that, yes, while it's obviously a running gag, it feels like they didn't forget that Croagunk has a personal vendetta against Toxicroak. So that's fine. I can deal with that. Obviously, the Brocket chip's kind of random. I don't really care for it. It's one of those things people are just sort of writing off as so stupid we'll allow it. Whereas me, it just sticks out and it's weird and it doesn't fit the rest of the show. When you build a universe and you make it very clear what does and doesn't work technology-wise, and it's not even consistent, then you run into issues. And I don't see any other issues of people. I don't even see any instances of other people driving flying fucking cars. Because I have a feeling your Pokemon journey would become a lot easier if you had a fucking car that can fly through the goddamn air. But we've never seen this. Every vehicle we've seen has been driven by a very irresponsible ass adult.
Yeah.
So it feels weird to be like, you have a rocket ship? And this special I do. Like, let's go. So, yeah, and it's very clear they did that because they needed a fast device to get them from plot point A to plot point B in the limited amount of time that this Amazon special has. I didn't watch the subbed version of this, but I want to say that the sub said that. And if it doesn't, make a version of the subs that say that. You have a rocket? We gotta get to the plot somehow, Ash. Whoa,
I know, yeah. I have to watch his subs though, because I feel like I'm missing a lot of context.
No, you're not. You're really not. It's Pokemon. Like, it's Pokemon. You're not missing shit. Everything you see is what you pretty much get.
I still have to see it.
Chansey evolving into Blissey, I want to say I'm excited for that, but they went out of their way to say this is not canon. So now it just raises questions. Why even bother? I think it was just to show, hey, Happiny existed. Remember that thing? Yeah, it evolved into Chansey. Remember that? A lot of things in this were remember that, the special, which, again, it's a special. I get it. I think the problem is that usually when they do remember that, even sometimes in Journeys, they do it with a level of subtlety. Here, it's really just remember that, the special.
Yeah, you're not going to see it anywhere else.
Yeah, so at that point, the plot ends. Oh yeah, and then there's a whole plot with Chinglings and Bronzong that's not that important. Like, yeah, they were corrupted for a little bit, but from what we got so far, I gave it about a 5. It exists, and therefore it is. It's called back the special.
He's generous.
And it's very short, so it doesn't have enough time for you to really sit and enjoy it. By the time you're really taking it in, it's over.
You know what did surprise me though? The
What?
climax is in the second part of the 4-parter. Normally, episodes tend to always save it for the second to last episode.
Yeah, it's following that same literary. It's following that same literary arc that I stated before: intro, rising action, climax, falling action, conclusion. Well, the falling action conclusion can be in one episode. That's fine because falling action generally isn't that long. Mm-hmm. So yeah, your intro would be episode 1, your rising action would be episode 2, your climax would be episode 3, and your falling action and conclusion would be episode 4. But unfortunately, that ain't happening.
You're just assuming it based off the title of the series that we're in?
Well, not even just that, just the fact that you even said it yourself. I'm surprised the climax happened in episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see though. Well, it'll be up to debate when we get to it for the episode 3 and episode 4, because the main character, Arceus, is supposed to be somewhere in this, and I have no idea where.
At the beginning and then left. Oh yeah, he showed up to as of Miss Britain and Yuxi and then left.
Yeah, you saying, "Oh my God, you." Go on.
I'll take these, thank you, and then he left.
I know. I was like, what happened to Cynthia? She just left afterwards.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention the best part of the goddamn episode. Cynthia needs to chill the fuck out. No, Cynthia. Oh fuck. This PokePod episode needs to be called "Chill the Fuck Out."
I'll do that for the YouTube release.
Yes, chill the fuck out. Cynthia was wildin'. But go ahead. That's it. You know what? 5.5 out of 10. Thank you, Cynthia.
Cynthia saving the series once again.
She was wildin', bruh.
You're welcome, Tyrone.
Oh, Jesus. All right, then. So, go on.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I was just gonna say, all right, with that Legends discussion out of the way, let's go and move on into the second review of tonight. I'd like to believe we should be ready to go for this one. So, with that being said, let's go and talk about the episode that no one's gonna really talk about, and nobody really talked about because of what happened.
Special.
And I fear this is actually last week was the same situation as well, wasn't it? Because
No, but KG, please, you gotta say it because when I say it, apparently I'm evil. So go ahead.
oh, the what? Like the fact that nobody talked about it because it got overshadowed by something
Yeah,
else.
but when I say it, let people enjoy things, Tyrone. So say it. Say
Yeah.
the thing that I'm gonna say, and people are gonna go, I guess you're right, KG.
Nah, it really does suck to see like for an episode, and this is also going to carry over into next week's episode as well because I know we're going to be talking about Bitch and Cassidy soon. However, my concern is that nobody is going to talk about that because we're all going to be having our eyes focused on a new Pokemon game coming out relatively soon. So, yeah, this episode is the second of the three episodes because last week with the Magnemite episode, something had happened last week. And everybody forgot about this episode, sadly. Because it was a genuinely good episode, was it not, last week? At least favorable to everybody. We gave it all good scores, which is a shocker in itself.
Yeah,
So,
it was a good episode.
so, with that being said, will this one also be another one of those good episodes that nobody talks about? Well, let's discuss. So, with this episode, it focuses on the bug-type Pokemon Pinsir and Heracross and their relationship, which I'm so happy that they actually carried this back again. I love Pinsir in this series so much whenever it does show up on screen, and this episode really made me appreciate the creepy Pokemon that I see at first and appreciate it in a whole different way. Like, I love Pinsir's personality in this episode. She is, especially because you have to see the design of the Pinsir, realize that it's a female, and realize the love connection that it has with a Heracross, and then seeing like this love triangle play out, and it's all because of a misunderstanding. Like everything about this was great. Like from the comedic tones to the misunderstandings, I think this episode, in my personal opinion anyway, was super enjoyable. I want to say Erica's return in this episode has been my favorite so far out of all the characters that have came back that are like secondary returns in my opinion. Not like the mainstays, but like secondary returns though. She is my absolute favorite because I feel they did great things to her character, but also at the same time, they also paid tribute to her story's past and tied it to the present. She is tied to a lot of flowers, themings, and all that. So, what better character to use for that focus than Erica, if I'm correct? So, I liked how she was done. Yeah, like as Kuro says, her return was organic, which is great. I really did enjoy it. And also to get the VA back for that, too, was another great thing as well. Tyrone, you're going to say something?
I just said puns because you said organics.
I was thinking that at the top of my head. I loved Erica in this episode. Her energy was just very enjoyable to watch. Seeing her clash personalities with all the other characters, especially that scene when she thinks about Go and saying, "Oh, you're trying to use these flowers as like a love manipulation." And then they zoom in on her and Go is starting to freak out because he thought he did a trigger word that pissed her off. And then he's like, no, you know what? I actually love that. Oh my God. Continue, please. I want to see this.
That's my favorite. I want to say that's my favorite joke in all of Journeys, by the way.
I love that joke so much.
I seriously thought that Erica's gonna go back to her old ways. Actually, when she started,
Yeah, just kick him out and do the whole Pokemon gym pun where it's like, no, only women are allowed in here.
Actually, legitimately funny. I think like well, I'm gonna let KG go ahead and say his piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. This is one of my favorite jokes because I think what sells it for me as well is Go in his mindset being like, oh shit, I said a trigger word, didn't I? And like just thinking that he actually done messed up and then find out, no, you actually were pretty good. You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing what the hell you're gonna do with this Pinsir. And then like just having that whole scene play out with Pikachu with like the flower decorations and the ornaments, to Eevee mimicking Leafeon and Eevee having this cool personality vibing with each other and all that. to then Pinsir also coming in dressed up as like a Disney princess and everything. Like, bro, I loved it. I loved it so much. That was great storytelling right there. And even Team Rocket in this episode, I didn't know they were coming in this episode. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought next week was supposed to be when they come back. To be surprised by them again here.
It's build up. I want to say it's weirdly build up for.
If they acknowledge what happened in this episode to next week's, then
They're
I
not. I'm
accept
just
it.
saying we needed to see them on screen a little bit before that so that we know they exist.
Yeah, I think it just caught me off guard is all. And I applaud it though. I really enjoyed Team Rocket's moment in this episode. Like the moment when Koharu accidentally nudged Meowth and then Meowth was like, nah, that's perfectly okay. I mean, yeah. Like I love that scene so much. It was great. Like there's a lot of good jokes in this episode that I can't like overlook. I think it does what it needs to do right. And the callbacks that they did to the Flash scene where Ash runs with the gloom and even Erica was like, of course, how could I forget somebody who helped save my Pokemon in the fire? Like that's actually a genuine thing to think about because it's like, you know, with other gym leaders, it's like, oh, focusing about the battle we had. And it's like, I'm pretty confident these trainers had millions of battles before Ash, you know, or after Ash. But her, it's more being like, no, of course I remember you because you saved my Pokemon in the fire. And I thought that was also cool and also a nice nod to show off the original design of the gym before it got, you know, while it was being burnt down and showing the renovated version. I like these things. I love these details. Really, really good stuff. But my favorite bit has to be the ending of the episode when Koharu, because always like she gets her own quote unquote badge. So what her badge was basically this perfume, which is a tie-in to the original series, if I'm correct, which I
Yep.
thought was a very nice attention to detail. Like I loved everything about this episode. I genuinely don't have any major criticisms to give. There might be nitpicks per se, but like in terms of major criticism, I don't really have one for this episode. In fact, I was laughing my ass off throughout this whole thing. Even the finale of this episode
I
was
like
so
that you
good.
said that. I'm going to use it for notes for when I actually go.
Okay, so I'm gonna look forward to that. But like to me personally, the finale of this episode, what really made me appreciate the most was the very lewd moment that they somehow managed to get through the censors in the anime. Having them hold hands though, bro, beautiful. And then following that up by slicing Heracross in half. I was like, oh shit, no. And the episode to be continued. Like that was great. Also, having Erica do the whole Ada thing as well was just icing on the cake as well. I love that. So to me personally, if I had to give this a rating in terms of enjoyment, in terms of storytelling, in terms of just everything that came from this episode, I'm gonna give it a 9. I genuinely found it to be a wonderful, wonderful episode that I just can't ignore. There are things that I feel are nitpicks, but like I said, they're nitpicks. But to me personally, did the episode deliver on the enjoyment factor? And to me, I feel they absolutely did. So on that aspect alone, I want to give it a 9 out of 10. So that's my take on it. Tyrone, maybe you want to go next this time around, or would you like for somebody else to go?
I'll go.
All right, because I am curious, because I want to at least hear the follow up to what it is that I said, you know.
Okay,
to hold it
so
until the
a
end.
couple of things. Erica's character, let's talk about it, because a lot of people are saying like it is an organic comeback in terms of like she's not forced, she's not a competitor in the goddamn
Pokemon Championship World thing.
and the Pokemon World callbacks. Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, it's not that, but at the same time, I can. This Erica is not OG Erica. It's not. It's not. They have memories of OG, but this ain't that. The Erica in OG was petty as fuck, and I'm not even talking like in terms of she wouldn't let that. First of all, I want to break down exactly. I took some time to actually watch episode 26 of OG. It's the Erica episode.
She only had that one episode, correct?
She only had that one. So when people say, "Oh, it's our character," I'm like, "You got one episode to compare, so you got to make it count." And it's very clear they took a different stance on how they handled the Celadon gym. versus how they handle it here with flower arrangement, everything is a lot more calm. When they go into the episode, Ash admittedly is a dick at jump. What he does is that he tells Misty that she doesn't need to buy perfume because perfume stinks and turns men into stupid zombies. Now, granted, Ash had an example when he said that, and he said like this, and Brock was acting gaga because of all the goddamn girls in the gym. That's what happened. That's the entire context. And then Erica decides to be 12 types of petty and get mad at Ash because he's basically causing a disturbance in her perfume shop and causing an uproar. And then stating that she's mad that Ash was stating that Erica is selling cheap perfume and overcharging customers for it. So, because Ash couldn't appreciate the smell of fragrant perfume, she literally has her girls kick Ash the fuck out of the perfume store and carries that grudge all the way over to the Celadon City gym, to which Ash can't challenge the gym leader because of some shit that he did at the perfume shop. Which is stupid because gym leaders are supposed to accept all challenges, but whatever. The fact of the matter is that the personality that Erica takes in OG is very, very 90s grudge, spite based, and more out there than what's accepted here, where we get this calm Erica that's so lovely and makes flowers and arranges them for Pokemon and has no ill will against anyone whatsoever. Until she gives Go shit for fucking doing the flower thing only to fool him and make it a joke, which I thought that was funny.
If that was like their little callback to the OS series for just a bit, I think I enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah. I also want to point out how extreme the dangers were in OG. Because when she did this episode made me fully realize how extreme shit got in the original series. Erica goes, "Hey, it's Ash. I remember you. You saved my gloom from when the gym was on fire." Yeah, remember that shit? Remember when arson was in Pokemon? I do.
Pepperidge remembers.
Good old 90s. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that tells you the extreme. Now, let me point out what KG said. He said he found this episode. You said this episode was funny, right?
Yeah, this episode was funny from beginning to end for me personally.
You know why?
Why?
With the exception of that fire thing that I mentioned. This was an OG episode.
You know, looking at it, you're kind of right because like the plot threads are kind of similar.
Look at all the beats. All the beats. There's a plot. It involves the Pokemon that's involved. The trainers that are involved are doing it. Ash, Go, and Koharu. They're all involved in it. They're doing it. Team Rocket's disguise, and they got jokes in it. Their disguise gets busted. They end up attacking and fighting. The Pokemon of the day does the thing necessary in order to win. Pinsir winds up having a romance comedic plot of its own. It ends up doing that thing that does the sacrifice. You even get the sunset scene where the sun is setting and Pinsir and Heracross are by each other, and you can literally play the song of Polly. I'm sure you know what song it is.
Yeah, that would like if they had done that, that would have like sealed the deal towards your statement right there.
It's an OG episode. It's literally just an OG episode. We even got the comedic punchline where when Pinsir hugs Heracross, it's like way more than Heracross can handle, and and
then Heracross's eyes like pop out for a bit.
It's like an OG. It's literally an OG episode. It's just an OG episode. That's all it is.
And do you see this as a pro, Tyrone, by any chance?
Funny, it's harmless, it's funny. I can't get mad at it because it's just doing what OG did. This is literally an OG episode. My weirdest problem is how desolate it is, though. And by desolate, I mean there's just Erica, Ash, Koharu, and Go. This is the same goddamn problem I had with the Arceus thing. It feels like this world is empty.
Oh,
like,
where did that echo come from?
Yeah, there's no one in it. Like, even in that episode that I was talking about, in episode 26 of OG, there was like a bunch of ladies and they were all there and they're like, we're having a sale on the fragrance and perfumes. It's based off the flowers. And like all the girls are giggling. Like it felt full. This felt like there was just the characters needed for the episode, which is nice, but it makes the area feel empty. These three are the only characters that were interested in flower arranging. No other person. They did an advertisement on it on poster. I refuse to believe that these are the only characters that want to be there. Is it because they didn't want to draw anybody else? I don't fucking... Like, it just seems odd to me. It seems very weird. And I think that was a lot of the problems people had just in general when it comes to journeys and them going to locations. They feel desolate.
You know what would have been a great way to counter that? Had you seen people walk out of like the flower room, so you know that okay, these next three are gonna be
like if they had shifts, different shifts of
exactly
classes.
that would have worked to fit the narrative because there was a counter lady there.
Yeah.
So they had the right ideas, but I think the way they executed it was a little poorly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and for the most part, it's funny to see Meowth struggle with walking on four legs again, because he's basically trying to retrain himself to walk on fours, and that's kind of funny. I like the idea that it's a struggle for Meowth to revert himself.
Yeah.
And that's a joke that only works with that Meowth in general, so I like it. I like that joke. Yeah, it's harmless. It's harmless. I can't give it too high of a score though, because at the same time, because it's harmless, it's a very it feels like a play it safe episode to sort of pass time. I do, however, like that while Ash and Go are dealing with one plot, Koharu's subplot is what brings them together. That is good. I like stuff like that. Not everything has to be so telegraphed. It doesn't have to be, this Eevee has an evolution. Let's go. Oh, and why is Go and Ash here? Because they're a part of the title screen. Like, that feels weird. Or if Ash and Go somewhere and Koharu has a slight interest and she goes, I want to go. You do? Like, not every episode has to be like that. Koharu has one mission, Go has another. This is how you use the character. Ash is here for the ride. But yeah, Ash, I say that while he's riding a fucking fortress.
Also, can we just also mention this as well? I just love the interactions that Koharu and Go had at the beginning of the episode, because Go just walks up to Koharu and is like, yo, give me that shit real quick. Hold on, I want to take a look at what you're looking at. And then he looks and he's like, how convenient, this works for me too. Let's go together. And everybody was just all happy-go-lucky as they go into the bus. I love shit like that. It works.
Koharu, I accidentally pressed the button on your phone. What's Go X at? Oh.
What
I do on my time is my business.
And we never addressed it ever again.
Yeah.
No, but like I think it was. Yeah. I think you said it best. It was a natural.
Yeah, it's a natural OG episode. This is literally how an OG episode starts. I'm amazed they fucking listen to me. I know they didn't listen to me specifically, but I'm amazed they listen. Wait, is Polly still in the chat, or did she leave out?
No, she's in the call. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm here.
Polly, they did the thing. They did the thing where they released the Pokemon and they chill for a little bit.
Yes.
The thing I talked about. The thing that I fucking complained about.
I'm glad.
I think she's about to pass out.
Yeah, no. Granted, it was basically set up for this, but it still worked. They still did it. If I had to give this a rating, I'll give it a 6.5. I mean, like, it's good, but it also is very basic. But that was OG's problem, is that some episodes were just basic.
You know what they say, sometimes simplicity is best. Maybe it doesn't have to be a perfect 10 out of 10, but oftentimes just keeping it safe can often really lead to good results.
You know what, I'll give it a generous 7, because it did the OG formula. It did it on a slightly less extreme standpoint, but it did do its job. I mean, it's just a normal ass episode. Like, it feels like if they were on a journey, this would feel like a natural, like, a plot episode. This would feel like a break, a beat, a chance for them to, like, just a chill episode. It's not meant to really be like, oh my god, this is gonna be integral to the plot or anything.
It's
It's just meant to be.
groundbreaking or anything,
Yeah. This one was fine in the sense that it was harmless, and it didn't like do anything to really offend. It just it did its job. It was like I said, it mostly copied from OG, and not just the fact that they brought an OG character. This is how OG did their episodes for the most part. And the reason OG worked was because OG based a lot of its shit off comedy. And it's very clear the generation difference between this and OG. So there's some jokes that I don't think they would do if they had that chance, because obviously different writer. But for the most part, it did. Like, it wore its OG suit very well. Let's just put it that way. I think that's the best way I can probably think about it. It wore its OG suit well. It did all the comedic beats necessary. It was weird that Go caught a fucking Lilligant off screen and just sort of showed it. But they needed it in order to make this plot happen. So I guess whatever, fine. Again, 6.5, 7 out of 10. It is.
You know what it is that made me appreciate that Lilligant though? It wasn't the core focus. Like, even though it was the one that set up the plot, it wasn't the focus.
Yeah, it's not so much a character. It's more of a force of nature. It's what if something deviates Heracross's attention away from Pinsir? That's literally the conflict. You could have interchanged that with anything else. You could have replaced it with a Sarina or some shit. The plot focus, you could have replaced it with a Meganium. The plot point would have still been the same.
Oh man, don't do that. I like those Pokemon. I would have
I'm
preferred
just saying.
Lilligant.
Well, the point is, you needed a grass type Pokemon that knows sweet scent to sort of do this plot.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Lilligant's interchangeable. She's just the unfortunate means to the ends.
All right then. So
yeah,
what was your
whoever's
score
next,
again? A 7 out of 10?
Yeah, 7. I'll give it a 7. Fuck it. It's harmless.
Yeah. You know, for a Journeys episode, that's favorite.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's an OG episode disguised as Journeys. It's an OG episode disguised as Journeys.
You know what it is for me personally?
What?
It's an episode I can rewatch back again. That's something I can't say to a lot of Journeys episodes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
It's a time passer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I like episodes. Oh,
I was gonna say, Paulie. Now let me pass that on to you. So go on ahead, buddy.
I didn't even hear the part where we transitioned from the DP special
to this.
Jesus.
That's how bad this is.
If you want to just give quick thoughts, so you can go night night. That would be fine, buddy.
I will. Yes. Thank you. I really enjoyed this too. I'll also give it a 7. You know, I think it's also I agree, Kevin. I actually do want to go back and watch it again, just because I also love episodes where characters fall in love, whether it's like you got Jimmy Neutron inventing the perfume or whatever it is, the love potion, or like
and then alter the future or some shit like that.
Or you have just characters that genuinely just fall in love. Like it's just such a trope that I am a sucker for. So like stuff like this, it's just hilarious to me how it got jealous over the Lilligant, and but I thought it was really sweet in the end. I agree with Tyrone. It felt like an OS episode, but disguised as Journeys, and it was great having that continuity with Erica again. I thought it was. I also like how Koharu was in it too, and she was kind of doing her own thing, like just vibing, but also being with them too. Like, sorry, I'm so tired. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And as a score, you said 7, right? What was it, 7?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you for your input there, Polly. Much appreciated. And I guess, just before, if you do head out soon, since I know you want to talk it briefly, and then after that, pass it to Nessa. What's your take about next episode?
I don't know.
Are you optimistic about it, or are you very concerned?
Oh, I'm optimistic. To be honest, I'm not concerned at all, because to be honest, not to be pessimistic, but like we can only go up from where we've been. as
It's
Rocket
been like,
stands.
Yep.
yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, oh, well, is this gonna be the last Butch and Cassidy? Well, I mean, we haven't seen them in 14 years anyway. It's not like they're main characters, so it's like, I wouldn't mind either way if it turns out they retired.
It's okay. It's okay.
But because obviously I shipped them, I said they in my headcanon they settled down anyway, whether they quit Team Rocket or not. So I just kind of want to wait and see what happens. To be honest, like I think I'm gonna go the whole day without being on Twitter or anything, so that I can react with you later
Oh
on
yeah,
that
during
night.
Friday shenanigans, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I like to believe
Yes.
that.
Yeah. It's just so surreal. Like I'm like I'm supposed to be mentally preparing myself, but like I don't think I fully grasp the fact that like two of my favorite characters of all time are coming back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be so mad if this ends up being a good episode. Only
I
because of what it's tied to that week. Because you know for a fact everybody's gonna be having their eyes on something else instead. And if we
yes.
have to see this episode get overshadowed like I think we had for these past
Uh,
few episodes. In fact, it pisses me off to know that Journey's good episodes lately have been back to back to back. But
I know
everybody's looking at something else right now.
the the
the
hoopla.
Yeah, it
Mm.
oh my god.
Um, I was gonna say the one interesting like on my bingo card, not the one I posted, but like my hypothetical this episode bingo card is that I would love for Butch and Cassidy to somehow mention Matori because we haven't seen any connection between Matori and Butch and Cassidy. Like
Like
it's
if
almost
Cassidy
like
and Jesse had the common enemy.
yeah, it's almost like she replaced them because they were gone from DP and then she came in at the end and from Black and White on where she was the focal point. So I'm wondering if they have any if they're aware of her, like if they have any tie to her, if they've interacted with her. And like that kind of goes into the whole like continuity of the sun and moon with the Matori Matrix and all of that. So I think that would be a good way to tie it together and kind of expand that Team Rocket universe because we haven't seen it for so long. Um, yeah, it just it's like a reassuring feeling that like it still exists. If that makes
Yes.
sense.
No, understandable.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're looking forward to it, I think that's what matters the most. And I hope the episode delivers on that front.
Yeah.
Oh, God, to re-rail back on the Erica episode, by the way, the original one, not the this one. You want to know why that gym catches on fire? Do you guys remember?
Fucking T Rocket.
Team
Some bomb.
Yes, it's Team Rocket, and yes, it's a bomb. But you want to know why that bomb's there? Well, James goes, Jesse, what's the bomb for? And she goes,
Oh yeah, I know.
the
You
ladies
got-
at the fucking gym put an X on my face. So she blows up the goddamn gym and catches it on fire.
I love Jesse.
Pokemon OG was something else.
Oh, they pissed her off because he's like, you face, like, evil face.
OG was almost a fever dream. Sometimes you gotta look back and go, damn, that happened, didn't it?
Mm.
No,
It is a
I
fever
just
dream.
want to think about that for a minute.
So when the
Oh,
lady
no.
kicks them out, she puts his X's on their face before she tells them to leave. She does that to everybody. She even did it to Ash. So when Jesse's like, they put an X on the most beautiful face on the world, put that bomb where it's gonna make a big kaboom, the gym catches on fire because of that. And this was like not so long after they blew up the goddamn Cerulean City gym by crashing into it. And that wasn't so long after they blew up the fucking Viridian City Pokemon Center.
You know, if Ash was there during that time she got the X and was with the bomb, Ash in OS would have been like, you know what? Yeah, go do that. You know what? I'll look the other way. OS Ash would have totally done that in that moment if he was
Well,
still this stuff.
he's technically part of the plan. He is posing as a girl so they can get in. But once they get in, Jesse sneaks into the area and then they plant the bomb so they can steal the shit and blow the gym up.
I just love that idea so much, bro.
It's
Oh my
so
God.
fun.
But
I know.
wonderfully crafted.
Oh my
Alright.
God.
Go ahead.
No. I know. I was gonna say though. I actually, a while back though, I made this A and B back in like late 2000s, and then then basically my interpretation of the first season, it was basically like just so weird and just so out there, like just nothing makes sense. And just like you guys talking about, just reminded me of that.
Well, Nessa, I guess I shall pass it on to you then, buddy. What is your input as to this special episode?
I'm gonna-
Well, not special. I'm sorry, just this episode. What were you
I'm
gonna say,
gonna say
Paul?
night night.
Yeah, I noticed we were going
Alright.
overtime, but that's also because we had 3 episodes. So I thank you for
Yeah.
being here,
Night,
Polly, for
night.
that.
And I gotta
Okay,
go
night night,
soon too.
everybody.
You night
Night,
night.
night.
All right, Nessa, I'll pass it back on to you again.
Oh my God, I really enjoyed this episode. Like, I didn't think I would have such a good time with this one, and apparently, from start and finish, like, I didn't think the Pincer Pincer plot line would tie into everything, but I swear, I just want to commend Journeys though. It's like, you know how you mentioned, I think earlier about how like they make Pinsir he's normally like a creepy Pokemon, and you don't get 2 looks at it, and then
Yeah.
somehow they made it look so damn cute
Yes.
and beautiful at the same time. So I actually want to applaud Journeys for that, because it just made me like really love Pinsir now.
Yeah.
how
Which actually,
adorable.
Journeys has done good with that lately. I will admit it, because I wouldn't care much about a Magnemite or like
No.
a Pokemon like Pinsir, but these
No.
past couple of episodes have really made me appreciate them a little bit more.
Yeah, there's some Pokemon like I would not give like two thoughts of it at all, and then somehow Journey somehow makes it like makes it so cute. I think the first time that happened was like, I think it was like with Electrode. I didn't get a fucking damn with Electrode, and now I'm like, how do you make a fucking Electrode cute? Ha! And then some of the other mods too. Like, I'm like, they've been just doing it. Yeah, Magnemite last week. I was just like, with the little Dormon cap. That was so adorable. But anyways, back to Pinsir. Like, I just love what they did with Pinsir in this episode, and also to bring up with Erica. Like, I was actually happy that she came back, because I'm actually one of the few people probably that don't care their existence or anything, but I low key wanted some of these OG gym leaders come back from the first season, because they were played out dirty, like really dirty. Because original OG Erica, I actually did not like her personality.
Hmm.
And she was a really genuine bitch. And then it's kind of funny how I think in this one, like, I think they kind of reverted more to her game version. So then, like, in the game,
I'll counter that. Well, TSS isn't here. I gotta argue with somebody, but they do a little bit more with Erica, I believe, in OG than they do here. Here, she's the grass Pokemon trainer that knows about flowers, because flowers and grass is the same thing, and thus grass plus flower, because flowers is plant. Photosynthesis. Here, like in OG, what they did, they had this moment where Misty asked, hey, why does Gloom not stink? And Erica's like, oh, because Gloom, if it likes you or it's calm, it won't have the stench. When I was a little kid, and then they actually show the flashback, I used to be afraid of like a Grimer that was about to show up, but Gloom came and defended me. But it only used its bad odor to protect me. But because I filled it with love, its scent wasn't bad. Like, we can see that our characterization with our Gloom, at least, goes far beyond its grass Pokemon, and thus I has to have it. Here, she has an actual physical connection with her grass type Pokemon, because it kind of helps her pretty much show her origin as how she became a grass type Pokemon trainer. We don't get any context of that in the video game, because the video game isn't going to dive into her character. In the OG series, they do at least go, hey, I have a past with grass Pokemon, and that kind of helps me go about making perfumes because I'm all about grass Pokemon that give off a scent because I have one that gives off a selective scent. So I'll argue that I think OG Erica had a little bit more going for her. I think OG Erica has more emotions than just her being petty. I think the petty one just stands out the most because it interferes with her being a gym leader.
Marshall shows his petty is like if who doesn't like her perfume. So he goes like a bad basic her biggest
but at the
pettiness.
same time, she's willing to talk about the moment she was weak. She was willing to talk about her love for Gloom. Like you get more out of her in the older version, whereas here she's grass type, the trainer. Like
they actually did bring back some of her characteristics from the original one because because especially the perfume especially.
She gives her the perfume. But outside of that, she's grass type, the Pokemon trainer. I know flower ranging. Why? Because flowers are plants. I'm the plant. I know the plant. Like here, you can clearly see different sides of her.
No, yeah, in this sense too. She loved she was brought up like the different scents and everything like that because she was like talking about with the different flowers. But I was like, but actually, like she was like more tolerable in this version. But I guess it's just probably they just like erased the bad parts of her.
Like she was calmed down in this version.
But at the same time, though, but I did love that joke. Like I actually thought she was going to revert to her old self, like when she called off Cole on something. But apparently she loved that idea. So I was like, basically, Erica's a shipper. She's definitely a shipper. To be honest,
Yeah, she wanted to see that whole ship sail.
She does. She did want to see it. So that was that's probably like other time. So that's why I ended up just enjoying her like overall in general, and I think basically going back to what I mentioned though, like because like some of these like them like were done dirty to be honest. Even there's some good qualities though, but I feel like I'm glad I got another chance to shine. Like so like I'm hoping like I don't know I'll probably be bad because probably Jury's might be the worst series to bring him back, but I was like I low key want to see Sabrina, Koga, and Serge again. So
I want to point out because of that backstory. That backstory with Erica is responsible for one of the funny jokes in that episode, the OG episode.
Yeah,
Erica goes into her backstory of how she met Gloom, where Grimer's about to attack her, and Gloom saves her, and she goes, "I love you, Gloom," or whatever. And after they go back to the present time, Misty goes, "That's a lovely story. I wish Ash would have heard it." And Ash is disguised as Ashley at this point. Yeah, he goes, "I heard it," but he says it so straight. He fucked his whole disguise up because of that.
You know something though? Actually, in the current episode, Go was actually onto T-Rocket. He was like, but he didn't like. But then he
he was saying like, me having a Wobbuffet.
Yeah, he was onto them.
Yeah, never mind.
And for the sake of this episode, Ash had to be a complete idiot, even though there was one time where Meowth disguised itself as a whole nother Pokemon. Ash knew immediately and pointed his Pokedex at it.
That's why AG's best series, bro. Only AG Ash would think of that. No other series.
No, not at all.
But what would you give as a score then, Nessa? Like overall for your thoughts on that episode?
For this episode though, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
All right, so just highly favorable. That's great to hear.
Yeah, it's highly favorable for it. Well, and the only thing I was kind of a little sad though is because you know how I guess Erica was so close to her Gloom, but I guess Gloom wasn't really present in this episode except for the flashback. So, but I think they just more focused on her Leafeon, I guess. So, but just I guess like Tyrone mentioned, just another checklist off the evolution list. But otherwise, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I cannot disregard it. I will definitely rewatch that episode.
Yeah, all right. So that's good to hear. And I hope everybody enjoyed our take on the review for this week's episode of PM 2019 and the Legends Arceus special. And yeah, they did do this during AG chat because I recall it was something regarding the Ralts, I think it was. And I think Ash had to use his Pokedex to scan the Meowth in disguise, and it read as that. which I thought was hilarious. So good job on their parts on that. So yeah,
Mhm.
but it's just hilarious because Ash would never do that ever now in the current timeline. But Ash is like, let me just whip
Uh-uh.
this out real quick, and just does it.
I
So yeah,
know. Both Go and Chloe were on to them. They're like, Team Rocket. He was like, something suspicious about them.
yeah. All right, so let's go and wrap things up then for tonight. Why don't we,
Mhm.
chat and
Yeah.
everybody else? So ladies and gents, I want to thank everybody so much for hopping on through for tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed our shenanigans for the PokePod World Podcast tonight. And if you did, do let us know. Make sure to follow us here on Twitch. Make sure to go follow my homies over at their respective Twitters. And as well, you can find their links in the description down below in the friends section. So make sure to check that out. And make sure to also join in on the Pokemon Legends Arceus giveaway. If you have yet to do the likes and the retweets on that particular post, make sure to go do it now to get yourself an opportunity to gain yourself a brand new game. Maybe you'll be the lucky one. Who knows? But it'll only be happening if you take that shot. And it's not like it's going to cost you anything to begin with. So you got all more chances to win something in the end. Best of luck to all of you on that part. And let's go and wrap things up for tonight. So, Tyrone, I will pass this on to you, buddy, because we got an interesting week ahead of us.
We do. Um,
Mainly because I know when I was talking with the girls before we started the pod, everybody was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do for Pokemon tomorrow?" And well, I guess you could explain that.
oh shit. We technically weren't gonna do Pokemon stuff tomorrow because I wanted to do Master Duel so I can get in on that new Yu-Gi-Oh game stuff. But I could probably change it around and probably switch that to something another day.
Hmm.
Cause
Why
yeah,
not a
I don't.
multiplayer night? It is your turn, Tyrone.
Yeah, but y'all don't want to play Master Duels.
Oh no, it's not that we don't want to play Master Duels.
No, y'all don't.
Well, I mean, I want to be the person that accidentally just kills you in the first turn before you even get a chance to have a turn, buddy.
I mean, it diff.
Is it built
I don't
different?
know. I think what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I got it now. For tabletop, we'll do Master Duels, but on Thursday we'll go ahead and just play Pokemon. The question is, which one? Sword and Shield or Diamond and Pearl?
Hmm. Personally,
I
no.
don't know what else
I'd
we
rather.
can.
I want
I
to
don't
do
know what else we can
Pokemon
do.
Tuesday because having Pokemon back to back would be a little too much.
Oh
Because remember,
yeah,
Friday we're
right.
doing Arceus.
Friday we're doing Arceus. So yeah, okay. I guess we'll do Pokemon on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm doing Sonic '06 Shadow Story. And then Thursday, I guess we can do Yu Gi Oh! Master Duels. But again, that's.
Does that cost?
No, it's free. It's absolutely free.
Oh, sweet. It made all the more sweeter.
Yeah. So, I guess that's the order then. I guess that's what we're doing. So, Tuesday, we're going to do. Which one, though? Diamond and Pearl or Sword and Shield?
I guess for a final community game night, we should do DP because we still got to do the underground
Yeah, also,
shenanigans for the
that'll probably be the
Giratina.
last time. That'll probably be the last time we do Diamond and Pearl anyway.
Yeah,
So,
so might as well send it off on a
yeah, we'll go ahead and end it off with Diamond and Pearl on
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and then on Wednesday again it's Sonic '06, and then on Thursday we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So that'll be our week, and then obviously on Friday's the big one. We're doing Pokemon Legend Arceus.
Oh yeah, chat was saying Pokemon Tetris because Tetris 99.
Oh yeah, shit. At that point, you might as well play Pokemon Puzzle League.
The last time we did BDSP,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
the Joker
Ooh.
effect. I was so traumatized I couldn't
I
get
know.
back into that game again. Oh, bro. But yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be the week for
Oh
Tyrone.
yeah,
Hope you guys are looking forward to that. As for me, it's kind of same thing too. Tomorrow we're gonna be heading back to the world of DP. Wednesday we're doing more Legend of Oof. Thursday we're doing Tyrone's multiplayer game night of the choice, and then on Friday reaction night / Legends Arceus. So make sure to tune in for that, peeps.
Mhm.
I hope everybody has had a fun time in our session for tonight. And if you did, I'm very happy. That's what we want to do the most. But for now, a lot of us, in fact, all of us, I feel, have got to go to night now because another day is happening soon and we all need to get our good night's rest. So, everybody,
yep.
thank you once again for tuning in for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll talk with all of you lovelies later in whatever video we make. Take care. And as always, make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. And as TSS would always say,
Wash your fucking hands.
there you go. Thank you. Uh, and we'll talk with y'all later. And then, all right. Bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.